I hope this wins me over. So we'll see.
So, question, because I want to make sure I fully understand so I'm not misquoting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like James Gunn, or you do like him, you just think that...
No, I don't like him.
Okay.
He doesn't like James.
I'm not a fan of his style. And again, I'm asking him to do the impossible here. I'm asking James Gunn to not be James Gunn. Because a James Gunn movie, in my opinion, does not fit for Superman. The juvenile humor, the sort of overly stylistic kind of camera work and film tricks, and the really cheesy comedy.
The music.
Yeah, the pop songs. I'm not a fan of that either. But I imagine he's not going to go full James Gunn with this. I just hope that as many James Gunn-isms stay out of it as possible. And I also hope that there's not as many self-insert plots and plot points into this movie. But we'll see.
Asia, how about you? What's your thoughts, early expectations?
Without talking about crypto.
I mean, in all honesty, I think we're being really hard on it before we've seen it. I've always felt like this dislike and disdain for it is kind of over the top. It's like we haven't seen the movie yet to discuss if he's completely tanked, Superman as we know it for DC. So I'm just keeping an open mind because, like I said, I think he's about to introduce things that I didn't even know about Superman as a casual mainstream fan. Like, again, I know you said don't talk about crypto, but I had no idea Superman had a dog. And then, like, some of these other villains that they've shown in the trailer, I had never seen before either. So I'm looking forward to what this new one is going to bring.
Question, though, for people with these criticisms and concerns about the film, do you don't think that can be backed up by data?
Hey, Fading Jack, appreciate you.
Thank you, Fading Jack.
Thank you
and
so
you know
much.
what? I think Superman fans have
appreciate for the gifted sub.
Thank you. I think Superman fans just have very high expectations. I think some of y'all haven't either recovered from not liking Zack Snyder's version, or you loved it so much you just you don't think it can be topped. I feel like that's what the majority of Superman fans are, but I could be wrong.
Now, to be fair, all fandom is kind of like that right now.
Okay.
I mean, the world is in such disarray that people are going to retreat to their fandoms, and all that kind of bitterness and division kind of bleeds into it where you can't even have fun with the stuff that you like anymore. Believe me, we're going to get to Tekken 8, but I understand where you're coming from, and I get it. To an extent, I'm guilty. Understanding the behind the scenes stuff for these movies has not helped at all, because I see how the rides were. Oh, this David Jewell person has finally liked the stream. Thank you so much, David. You seem like an intelligent, upstanding person with some questionable views. Okay, cool.
Never mind.
Mace No Ken says, my expectations are low AF. Literally, as Joe said, and I'm going to have to assume because it's kind of cut off, but it's do or die. If this Superman doesn't do it, we'll have to wait another 5 to 6 years for another new Superman again.
But hey, if your expectations are low, then you can only go up from there. What's the tagline of the movie? Look up, because you're already at rock bottom. But
okay, Derek says I'm going to love this trailer for reasons. I'm ready to see it.
All right, David, thoughts?
Overall, for me, I'm just more of the curious stage of it. Nothing has sold me yet, but because I do like comic book movies in general, and I will say, James Gunn, in my opinion, is a really good director. He hasn't really missed, and I just want to point out a couple things. Remember, I think Guardians of the Galaxy, on paper, in my opinion, I'm excluding from a hardcore comic book standpoint.
Right.
I'm talking about from just a Marvel movie fan.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense, because when you really think about it back then, it's hey, if somebody would have told you, hey, there's gonna be this dope movie coming out with Chris Pratt, who was a really unknown movie actor. He had some TV shows and stuff. He was not an action star. There's going to be
why he lost weight.
I know. Yeah. So it's going to be a tree played by Vin Diesel. I mean, you know what I'm saying? These things kind of just sound so ridiculous. And he's like, but it's going to be one of the best franchises in the MCU. If you would have told me that before it came out, I'm like, no way. A movie about a tree, a movie with a raccoon and Chris Pratt. No way. That's not going to be one of the best franchises, but he made it dope and made sense. So I don't know. To me, I feel like we got to give him some credit.
Now, let me see if you agree with this. in my opinion, I would say that James Gunn is like a modern day Tim Burton in a number of ways.
What?
Hear me out on this. Because
What up, partner? Day off?
Hey, what's up? Thank you
Appreciate you coming through.
Okay, so James Gunn is, like I said, he's the modern Tim Burton in the sense that he makes what he knows.
Yeah.
He knows, like just like Tim Burton knows the awkward goth weirdo characters and the outcasts and the freaks. James Gunn is kind of similar. He's about like the sort of down on their luck, hated by society, but with a heart of gold, they turn it around. He likes the ensemble movies. He's all about the comedy and stuff like that. He's got like his style. The question is, can James Gunn with that style break away from it or make it work in a Superman movie? In a Superman, what should be a solo movie. But again, we'll see. We'll see.
But what about his other work he's done?
But that's the thing. His other work is so different from this.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Tori, have you shared your thoughts?
I'm going into it like I do any other movie. I'm gonna wait until I see it before I form an opinion on it, because there's been plenty of times where I've seen a trailer or I've heard other people's opinion about a movie, and my taste in movies and entertainment is different from everybody else's. So I'm going to interpret and soak it in, a lot differently than the next person would. So, I'm going to just wait till I get there to see if I like it or not.
Okay. Fading Jack asks a really good question. Would this be considered a franchise reboot?
Oh, 100%.
I think so.
No, without question.
Without question.
The real question is Peacemaker 2 a franchise reboot? Because that's a whole nother can of worms. But personally, I don't give a fuck about Peacemaker season 2. I don't give a fuck about season 1. How about the Superman?
It's kind of like what they're doing with Spider-Man, because they said the new Spider-Man movie that they're working on is going to be a soft reboot.
In the meantime, I guess you want to queue up the video just to have it ready to go.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Okay, Colin says, hi, Colin. Colin says, I'm not on Facebook. It's running good.
Okay. What's up, Colin? How's it going?
Appreciate you popping in.
All right. So we have...
So this is a Superman trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep trying to sneeze.
All right, so we got the Superman trailer.
This shit better cook.
Let me see why I'm going to like it.
You just walked in with your own judgment already. You able full screen that?
Yeah, I'm just making sure the volume's up.
No, hold on. We got to rewind it back. I need to hear dialogue.
What? Did you miss anything?
I need to hear what... See, I'm not... Anyway. Getting sick of this damn...
Oh my God. It's the cutest thing in the world.
I swear. David, is my theory about this movie proving correct?
Like, we got
This movie is that thirsty dude who brings his dog to the dog park specifically to
Hold
holler
on.
at women. Anyway.
So our first question sounds like we're going to be like, does this trailer restore faith in this movie or give us hope for this movie?
Y'all go first.
Asia?
I mean, I never lost hope in the movie. I've always been very curious about what it's going to bring to the table. Derek, you were right. That ending scene just sold it for me. It doesn't look James Gunny to me right now, personally, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good.
Black on Black Ops, what's up? Appreciate you coming through.
What's up?
Yeah. And before we get on, Fading Jack has a question. Joe is the ass guy. Torres Weave Dealer, does Dave have an alter ego when he takes his glasses off? Is he a superhero? Question mark.
We got number one. So that's my review.
There was the Pointless Quirks video that he was in. It was called Omniforce, where he had superpowers, but they only worked within a specific amount of time on a specific time frame. So they were basically useless.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Asia, that was your thought?
That was my thoughts. What about yours?
Okay. For me personally, I thought this trailer personally was, I know the other one was more of a teaser. This one does seem better than the previous trailer. So I would say my excitement level has gone up for it. So I want to see it. I would say I'm more excited. So overall, I would say that was a good trailer.
Yeah. I don't need to see any more trailers. I don't need to see any more. I'm already...
I mean, the movie's coming out in like...
What was your thoughts on the trailer, though? We're trying to get that.
No.
Well, we got to turn that down. You get the remote.
Who dares?
It is real.
Who dares?
We about to blow people's eardrums. Sorry if that was loud.
Or whoever blew out the eardrums of our beloved audience with those lies.
You are
You
appreciated.
should be ashamed of yourself.
You are appreciated.
So you say you don't want to see any more trailers. You're good.
No, I'm good. I'm good with where it's at. I mean,
But what was your thoughts on the trailer, though? I mean,
the
we're talking about the
trailer was
trailer.
good.
It's a trailer reaction.
no, the trailer was good. I like the trailer. I mean, I seen enough where there was action. You know, I saw emotional moments that they're probably going to go for. I saw the cameos, different people that are going to be in there. I mean, I see. You know, it looked as if Lex Luthor is losing at some point in time. I've seen a lot. There's a lot. They put a lot in one trailer. I don't need to see any more. I get the gist of it.
Okay. Jason the Bruce says we are getting too many trailers for things, but it seems like it's going to be good. But Superman seems to be good. And then Fire Day says One Piece is not. I'm not going to read that.
Yeah.
Chill, Fire Day Off. You got to chill, Fire.
For
You got to
real.
chill.
For real.
Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, cold for that. Shame on you. All right. I'll say overall, I'm in the same boat as you. You know, my commitment to actually going to go see it in theaters on principle has gone up a notch, which is what I was hoping that this trailer would do. Some of the stuff with like the conversation between Lois and Clark, the sort of back and forth where he was basically supposed to be talking as Superman, but then they're arguing like kind of just a regular old couple, didn't hit as much for me, but it's whatever. That was the James Gunny stuff that I saw in there. I do not give a fuck about this dog. I'm done. It's so cheap to me. But anyways, besides that, I'll say this. For all the people out there who've been saying, oh, this movie looks so hopeful and this and that, I can kind of see more of that in this one, to the point where, yeah, maybe there's actually a theme going on. I definitely want to go ahead and watch it a couple more times just to actually absorb more of it. But overall, favorable opinion of the trailer.
Yeah.
Still got my concerns, but we'll
Wow.
see.
Okay.
So Joe is saying positive things about the Superman movie.
I told you
Miracles do
I would be
happen.
fair.
Okay.
That was a very fair response.
I told
Okay.
you, look, I think I'm the one of the few people here that will put that much thought into this, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to consume media however they wish. Like I said, I'm just not that easily sold. So there's a high bar to set. I'm probably going to have to see it anyways out of obligation for the sake of the show. But I can say, as a Superman fan who comes in at a close tie for my favorite superhero next to Batman, I can see some stuff that I most definitely will appreciate. I anticipate that this movie will be like the Suicide Squad for me, where it'll basically be a movie that I'll watch and I'll be like, yes, this is a good movie, maybe just not for me. I don't need to see it more than one time. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I actually really like it, but we'll see.
Jason the Bruce. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Jason the Bruce says, is Joe okay? LOL. Just because maybe we're not used to such positivity.
Yeah, for Superman,
For Superman.
for James Gunn.
For
I
James
mean, this is
Gunn.
the first for the audience.
I mean, again, this is you're not going to, yeah, like I said, you probably won't see that much positivity for James Gunn because I'm not the biggest fan of his work. But again, I'm still a Superman fan. I've read Superman comics. I've watched Superman animations, movies. So again, make sure you're clear that I am a Superman fan, whether or not I like James Gunn's work or not.
Fading Jack says, I dare Joe to dress like Star-Lord if you like the movie. Would you do that? Star-Lord?
I'd rather dress as Superman. Can I just do that?
There we go. All right. But would you do the James Corn sweat suit?
I mean, I have a Henry Cavill suit upstairs, so I'd rather just wear that.
I see.
Derek says, I don't think it's going to surpass big Marvel numbers, but as we said before, it has no choice. It has to do big numbers or Warner Brothers is doomed AF. Fire says, I feel the same as Joe. Probably a good movie, but I don't need to see him more than once. Okay.
And again, I hope we're wrong. And I hope there are no mutant monkey keyboard warriors in this movie. I really hope that shit got cut.
I think that was a rumor. I don't know. It didn't
But
look,
then
it
again,
didn't
it
look
was
like
backed
it.
up by a lot of different sources. So,
You said
but again, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. So are we ready for our next trailer?
I think so.
All right. So
All
what
right.
are we watching next?
So next we're going to be watching the new Ironheart trailer for the Disney Plus show, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For
Can I have
those that
some?
don't know, go ahead.
I was about to say I have some questions. What is Ironheart?
So Ironheart was introduced in,
Wakanda
well,
Forever.
as far as in the MCU, in Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tor, you can give some background on the character. You read the comics.
So Ironheart, she is a young genius, on par with Tony Stark, Reed Richards, T'Challa. You know, one of the smartest minds, if not, I believe she is smarter than them. But there's a couple other new characters. So she pretty much creates her own Iron Man suit and becomes part of the what was that Ironheart? Yeah, it's Ironheart. Yeah, like a new Avenger.
Okay.
But a lot of people who have seen her in Black Panther or in her new, Disney Plus TV series, I don't think they know the comic book, so they feel as if Ironheart is just some character they just pulled out of thin air that didn't exist until just now.
Mm.
So,
Well, let's check out this trailer.
Let's see the trailer then.
Oh, it's exclusive to Disney Plus?
This is TV. It's a show.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a movie.
The quality is that Disney Plus be doing pretty decent with the TV shows.
I mean, I feel like, at least for what I've seen, step up from some of the worst Marvel CG, but all in all, looked good to me.
There's a few actors in there that I like, that I will be watching for them especially. So I'm pretty excited for this. What's up, Slick Charles?
What up?
Jason Bruce says, I feel like this showed way too much. I agree. I feel like something might have been, I think I might have figured something out that I probably shouldn't have.
I have an opposite opinion, but I'll get to it.
Because I know, I'm not sure, well, wait, this does take place after the events of Wakanda.
Naturally.
With her in it.
Fire says, I'll probably see it for the culture and Riri, but I feel like Marvel doesn't know what to do for her character.
But they do, that is a possibility.
So, okay, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah. For me personally, as far as Ironheart, I thought it looked cool for a Disney Plus show. And I will say, as a blanket statement, I am not the biggest fan of Disney Plus shows in general, and that includes Loki. I know that y'all love Loki, but I'm not a big fan of
Loki and Falcon Winter Soldier were amazing.
Yeah, not for me personally. I didn't really care for most Disney Plus shows. That was including Hawkeye and stuff. But anyway,
you didn't like Falcon Winter Soldier?
That was cool. None of the shows have been as good as any of the good movies. Like, I don't know. But anyway, just blanket statement, I'm not the biggest fan of the shows, so that's the perspective I'm coming at it.
Bruce loved both of those.
And that was cool. As far as this looks pretty good. My issue personally, it seems like there's like a weird delay. I feel like this should have came out sooner, because when did Wakanda Forever come out?
A couple of years back.
But this probably takes place like not long after.
That's what I'm saying. To me, it should have came out sooner. But because it's like, we done forgot. I forgot that even happened when they showed that little flashback and stuff. So just small critique. I wish it came out sooner.
I guess it'll get you back up to speed. Man.
Yeah.
And with everything that's been going on in Marvel, with all the properties gaining older properties back, and then they got the new Avengers and they got Young Avengers, X-Men are coming back. With everything coming back, I feel like now is the best time that they could have done it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about to fully connect the stories. It's like, hey, introduce a character and then drop their show like 4 years later. It's kind of a gap.
With Wakanda Forever, that kind of like threw a wrench in all the plans that they had, because they were probably going to introduce her a lot sooner. But with the, events of Chadwick Boseman passing, they had to shelf a few things, and then with directors and all that other stuff, trying to find the good ones for that. A lot's been going on, and I saw Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler's been busy, so if he's got his hand in this, it's probably going to take him. It probably took him a little bit longer to get to it, because.
And I will say, Ryan Coogler being connected to it does give me more hope in it, just because he hasn't missed at all yet with any project he's ever done. But overall, it looks cool to me. Despite what you're saying, I still wish it came out sooner. I think it would have hit harder if it was like Wakanda Forever, and then boom, then we got this after, but just a small critique. The show could still be really, really good, but overall it looks cool to me. I'm definitely going to check out at least the first episode, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Marvel shows in general.
Infamous meme god, yes, we are talking about Ironheart. They also said there's been hardly any promotion for it.
Well, this is the first real trailer we've gotten. That's kind of what I'm saying. Where
the announcement for the show.
When was the release date on? Did we get him? Let me look up the release date. All right.
Yeah.
While you're looking that up,
I thought I saw July.
June.
So Charles said,
"Wow,
my mom whooped my ass, bro, for Mother's Day. I need to learn something." Hey, did you see our throwback video? Did you see the
I
anime
think that's what
street
they're talking about. So to add to what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna shut up. But Ironheart comes out June 24th, 2025. So to me, to only give a show basically 1 month to promote is very odd. Like other Marvel shows have multiple trailers and interviews and promotions and stuff like that. So it does seem like, just outside looking in, it does seem like this feels lower priority for Marvel, because why are we just not getting a trailer only a month before?
I feel like it's because of everything that they're doing with Doomsday and the other Marvel properties. This is just a TV show, but they want, they're trying to get everybody hyped for these.
But they don't want the show to be successful. I mean,
but like it's kind of like it's our TV show. Like you got this star-studded cast.
That's not coming out for like a whole 2 years, damn near.
But they've been promoting that this entire.
That's my whole point, though. They're promoting the hell out of that. We're promoting that 2 years in advance before they even started shooting it. We're promoting that
current project.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we got current projects now. So I do think it's a fair critique to say, hey, if it comes out in a month, why are we only getting a trailer just now? It makes it feel like this is low priority for Marvel. Just saying.
It is. I feel like it is for them. It is because it's a lesser known character.
I mean, still not smart
compared to what
successful.
they've already.
But is that it sounds like you're giving them a pass.
I'm not giving them a pass.
That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know.
I'm not giving them a pass. I'm just pointing out that it is a lesser known property. Property that they're.
Well, yeah, but so was what's it doing? Moon Knight. They was promoting the hell out of Moon Knight before it came out.
People love Moon Knight.
Are you saying that Moon Knight was a well-known character before?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait. Before Moon Knight came out, Moon Knight was very popular.
Where?
Have you not heard of the $5 meme?
No.
See, that's the problem right there. Like people
that we're not on the computer all the time.
It is a well-known meme that
Infamous said no, he wasn't, bro. You got listen. Maybe you're in the nerd world. Yes, I'm talking about in the real world. Okay, in the mainstream, Moon Knight was like. I mean.
I'm seeing it right there. Moon Knight was big.
Moon Knight. We really.
I didn't hear of
Joe.
Moon Knight.
What do you know about Moon Knight before this, Joe?
Don't really care. Real quick, Mo, I see y'all. Ethan Rubio. I'm about to go 5th gear on Joe. First off, can't see me in Tekken 8. Second, I grew up on Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, bro. You ain't going goofy on me, bro. I got my defenses. Also, thank you for popping into the stream. I'll say. For me, now, of course, I have a passing knowledge of Riri Williams, Ironheart, and all that. I'm not as deep into the MCU, but I'm not an MCU hater as people like to mischaracterize me as.
You're not?
No. Because remember, I actually really liked Wakanda Forever. That movie actually hit more for me than it did for y'all. So
yeah, that's
and that was coming from someone who hadn't even seen Black Panther 1 all the way through. But that's beside the point. For this, looked pretty cool. There were definitely some themes it was hitting on that I do appreciate. Obviously, it's going to make a very particular subset of a particular people very upset.
Mm-hmm. I've already seen comments on that.
Oh, of course. Can I talk about the thing now? Because there's some stuff that needs to be addressed. Because something hit me a couple days ago and it makes me really mad.
Do we know the thing? Fuck me. What thing?
I'll get into it. Anyways, for a lot of these people that like to make these anti-woke arguments about these shows and write it off as more MCU, DEI didn't earn it. Let me ask y'all something. So for the people saying that Riri Williams didn't earn her place as Ironheart, or she like all these these complaints talking about like how she wasn't built up right or whatever. Why is it that her intelligence and her genius you need to see the merit for that, But then when you go back and watch Iron Man 1, how much time did they really spend establishing his merit and how he got to where he was? Because he was most definitely a Nepo baby. He got his money from his dad. He was already a super genius by the time the movie started. He only got maybe a little bit of a backstory on his education. Sure, he went to college.
Fully grown adult.
So was didn't Riri go to college too? Isn't that where she was introduced in Wakanda Forever?
She's in her late teens, early 20s.
So maybe she didn't have like a full solo movie where she was introduced on her own. But just when you go by the numbers, yeah, the merit holds up. If you want to believe that, say, going to college somehow makes you a super genius enough to build a Iron Man suit out of a box of scraps in a cave, but obviously Tony Stark has got to be a cut above the rest. Otherwise, there'd be like thousands of Tony Starks coming out of every college, which doesn't happen. So you're expected to believe that Tony Stark is just some cut above the rest mega genius. Why can't Riri Williams be that?
They've already established in the comic books that she's smarter than Tony Stark and Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And T'Challa as well.
Whether or not I'll watch the show, because I would rather it be a movie and I don't really feel like watching an entire show. That's a toss up. But as far as what I'm seeing here and the things it's actually trying to hit on, don't listen to what anybody has to say. I'm about to name names, David. Do not listen to Geeks and Gamers. Do not listen to Nerdrotic, Jesse Milestone. Don't listen to, what's his name, Ryan Kinnell or whatever the hell his name is. Any of these fuckers, don't listen to them because they are disingenuous. They're fucking liars. Go in, engage with it as it is. Make your own opinions. Don't buy into all this anti-woke crap because most of the time they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it's just coded for that big bad R word, which you know what I mean.
Mic drop.
Yes. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you in the next one in like 20 minutes when we talk about Tekken 8, but we'll get there.
I've seen a lot of disrespectful comments so far.
Yeah.
Saying that, it's another She-Hulk.
Which, in all honesty, like just like I said, from what I saw of She-Hulk, that shit did look pretty terrible.
Nothing of the sort from She-Hulk even paled in comparison to the Ironheart trailer.
No,
it's just some people just say stuff just to say it because
they'll just write it off just because female character, black character. Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, and then a lot of them don't even know anything about Ironheart to begin with. So they're assuming Marvel just made up a character on the spot just to mimic Iron Man because he's no longer Iron Man, which is another dumbass opinion.
Yeah. Thank you for your support in the chat, y'all. I see y'all.
She-Hulk was fine as hell. That's fine.
Okay. Y'all ready for the next topic?
Let's do it.
Okay. So as everybody knows, GTA 6 has been delayed again. I believe is it next
2025? Yeah, or 2026.
Yeah, so 2026. It's been delayed again. They did drop a trailer for it, and the question is, for the chat and for us here is Rockstar's perfectionism worth the wait?
No.
Based on the trailer, you say no too?
Here's the thing. We could have been had that.
GTA?
We could have been had that. We could have been had GTA 6. Like it's a given. Because at one point in time, GTA was coming out with a game every year. Every year. You mean to tell me that GTA 5 lasted through 3 different consoles? 3 different console generations. And they're just now coming out with a new one. Like they've been milking us. All the shark, because it was on 360, Xbox One, Xbox, the new Xbox, PlayStation. It was on PlayStation. Was it PlayStation 3 or just PlayStation 4?
I thought it was both, right?
PlayStation 3, 4, now 5. Like they've been milking y'all with the shark cars. They've been coming out with these DLCs that was like literally doing that. We've been literally doing the same thing for, how long has it been?
It's been a while, but I'll agree and disagree with you to a certain extent. Because on the one hand, there have been too many re-releases and remasters of GTA 6 on whatever console. It's taken quite a while. They clearly milked GTA 5 into the ground. But at the same time, you can't really expect a yearly franchise with a game as big as GTA. Not anymore. Because the development costs have gone so far up, you can't really do it. I feel like if they had had more of like updates, which I'm sure they did, but I feel like repackaging and reselling it was like some old school Capcom shit. Like, we should have left those days behind us. But I feel like I get why it would take longer for a GTA 6 to come out post GTA 5, the way that the gaming industry is right now. So like I said, I agree and disagree.
Checking the chat here. Fading Jack says, I heard they will have a pride parade in GTA 6. Hey, that'd be cool.
It's what people do these days, so why not?
Jason LeBrew says, if it's for the game, if it's for the quality of the game, then yes, but I don't believe it is. I believe it's because they're still milking the rampant offensive GTA online crap.
No, they literally are. Like you pay for, they got it where you can buy the game or you can pay for the online feature. Like they've been milking it for 8+ years.
That's what. Well, see, Fire on Day Off says, I do not think it's been delayed. I think it's a trick by Rockstar, and I think it's coming out this Christmas.
I mean, hey, if it works.
And then Mo Magnus brings up a good point. Don't you find it suspicious we haven't seen any type of gameplay?
Oh, absolutely.
It's all cutscenes.
No,
they've been showing the cutscenes.
Well, but they did say, Rockstar said that was like actually
like
gameplay and like cutscenes, according to them.
Yeah, well,
but we haven't seen like full gameplay yet.
Like,
but here,
controller.
So
controlling your
you guys are saying that it's not about the quality, but if you compare those two trailers, there's a pretty big difference in the graphics and quality. So I mean, they obviously are working on something. I mean, as far as quality wise.
And to be fair,
yeah,
the budget that I'm sure they accumulated after milking GTA 5 and GTA Online does contribute to GTA 6.
I was about to say that because to me, it's like this. I'm okay with waiting for this reason. I was recently actually playing GTA 5.
Yeah.
And GTA 5 is really dope. I do like that game. But there are some limitations. Like, you can't go inside every single building. Right. You can't do every single thing. If this game is going to be essentially where you can go in every building and everything is destructible and you can do, and I mean, if it's just unlimited options for every single thing, anything that you could dang near do in real life, you can do in the game. No, but I'm just saying it's like, I mean, I just have to assume that this is going to be bigger than GTA 5 where they had so many things you could do. If it's going to be just like more stuff. But even the quality
of what you can see just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Clearly an upgrade.
So I'm not I'm not mad at that, at the delay myself, because it does seem like they're doing, I mean, honestly, is there a game that has better graphics than what we're seeing from GTA 6? I mean, I don't know.
There's some games that are out there, especially if you play them on PC with those mods.
That's true.
I'd still say that.
Mo Magnus says that's a high expectation, so maybe it is.
You might want to temper.
But listen, hold on. It's been 10 years of development, so I mean,
10 years of milking one game.
Okay, but also at the same time, though, is this. This is basically, a developer has the opportunity of saying this, hey, you have unlimited budget and unlimited time. So like, we've never even seen a game that had this opportunity almost ever. Unlimited budget and time.
They still charging $100 for shark cards on GTA 5.
Hey, that's y'all buying those.
I'm not buying them. But here's the thing, you know why they doing that?
What up, Julian?
Because they make everything in game. They give you this money to do these missions, but then they make everything expensive as shit. Like, why am I paying $10,000 for a regular ass t-shirt?
That's y'all doing that. Listen,
that's in game. Like, if you want to buy clothes for your character, $10,000, you go to
$10,000 in-game currency.
In-game currency,
right.
$10,000.
I mean, currency you can get.
If I get 50 bands from completing a mission, and you charging me 40 bands just to have a whole outfit, and then another 5,000 for a haircut, in the slums. You paying 5 bands for a haircut in the slums. Like, what? That's stupid.
Asia, what's your thoughts? You've seen the GTA 6 trailer. You've played some of the games. What do you think?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for it to come out so you can get it so I can just watch you play it. Because I love the storylines in GTA. I'm not good at playing it, but I like to watch you play it. Mm-hmm. So by the time it's eventually out, maybe eventually we'll be married. By then, and then I'll be able to finally see you play it.
I mean, look, Asia, I understand your sentiment, because as impressive as GTA 6 looks, I'm really just waiting for the next Yakuza joint instead. I'd rather play that. But the rest of y'all enjoy
But here's the thing. As gamers, we're not excited about the prospect of a game that has unlimited budget and time. Like, this is unheard of territory.
Look, again, like it is good for GTA.
In a world where games come out broken and this all the time and need patches, they have unlimited time and budget.
Not every game.
not every game, but
Yeah.
I'm saying a lot of games, but unlimited time and
Sad about
budget,
AAA.
this is unheard of territory. So we don't even know how good this game is going to be. So to me, like, I'm cool with waiting because, again, we've never seen this before.
Yeah. Like I said, for me personally, I'm just not that big of a GTA fan really in general.
Mhm.
Like I played it for a little while when I could as a kid. I'll play Vice City and just go around and drive cars, crash cars, run away from the police until I die. Like that was it. But obviously there's like a story, there's more to do. That's cool.
Mhm.
But my needs are met elsewhere. You know, give me the next Yakuza joint, give me a Metroid 6.
There's a comment saying, where can Yakuza go next? Space.
I mean,
Yakuza in space, fighting aliens.
I mean, there's other countries, other places in Japan, America, Europe.
I do agree with Fire.
Go back to Kamurocho. I don't care.
What Fire say?
When GTA 6 drops, the world will stop.
No, it will.
And that is what I am looking forward to. The internet lore, the tweets, the Instagram posts. I'm ready.
Everybody's gonna be streaming GTA.
Everybody's gonna be streaming it. I'm excited for just all of that to come alive.
And Tori, to respond to what you were saying about GTA 5 online, Jason LeBrew says they do it because people are stupid enough to buy them. So is there any is some of this onus on the consumers? Because if all the consumers sat together and said, you know what, we're not buying no t-shirts at GTA.
But here's the thing though, like it's mainly because of the cars. Like they got the races and stuff like that. If you want to win these races, you got to get your car together. And then like they have all these nice cars. Oh, you want this car? Unless you grinding for like a month, couple months straight or nonstop, you ain't gonna be able to afford this $5 million car when every mission maxes out. You only getting like $50,000.
But is there any responsibility on the consumers as a whole?
Of course, consumers are gonna buy it because if they ain't doing like I said, if they ain't grinding these missions nonstop. I mean, and half the time, like, people get tired because, like, you go in with a group of people to do a mission and you got some fuck-ups in your group and they messing up, then your cut is getting lowered or you're not completing the mission. And a lot of if you fail too many times, people get tired of, like, I don't even feel like playing. I don't even feel like doing no missions. I'm about to just go around destroying people's cars or causing mayhem. I ain't even trying to do no missions no more. But unless they do come out with some exploits and some glitches where people can dupe money and all that stuff. Listen, when I tell you I'm a millionaire on that game, listen, I did my due diligence when it came to them exploits on GTA. So like I'm good on money. But the people
Julian has a great question for us. He says, how much do y'all think GTA 6 will cost?
$100.
Fading Jack says $70.
It's $100 out the gate.
$100.
$100.
Fading Jack 70. I thought this was kind of low.
Oh, Mo Magnus says 70.
Wait, games are 70 now, right?
It's not.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I mean, if Mario Kart is $80,
that's just for the online.
GTA's price is going up.
Yeah,
That's $100.
I would say between 80 and 100. It got to be.
No,
I think
I saw like the most expensive copy of GTA is gonna be like $200.
Hey, what do you mean?
Like the premium that come with like, the one that
special edition.
Special edition is gonna be like $200, and like the regular copies is gonna be somewhere between 90 and $100.
Okay, well, question for you, Tori, and whoever else is gonna buy it here. Like, are you dropping $100 on GTA?
I mean, at this point, I have no choice.
Wait, you do though. You don't have to get the game.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Everybody, stop. Pump the brakes. This is the same dude that said, "Oh, I can't play Mortal Kombat 1. I can't afford it. Oh, I can't play this game. I can't afford it. I can't. No, I'm surviving on Speedway pizzas, bro."
But here's the
you
thing.
make your decisions when you feel like it's convenient. How many
of your friends are going to be on Mortal Kombat compared to GTA?
Well, Mortal Kombat 1 was trash, so that's the whole.
So you're saying
either or.
You're saying you have to because your friends are going to be doing it.
Everybody. No, I'm saying everybody. I'm going. What I look like being sitting on playing Mortal Kombat and everybody on my friends list, everybody online streaming is playing GTA.
If Mortal Kombat was good enough, you would have bought it anyway.
I didn't. Listen. I got the last one for free, so I wasn't even
good
tripping.
for you. Couple comments I want to acknowledge from Mo Magnus. But the Tojo and the Omi are gone. What else he say? He said something else. Anyways, the point being, there's more stories to tell. Ichiban is still out there doing his stuff. There's still more murders and crime. Detective Yami has still got more cases to solve. Kiryu probably has at least a few more minutes on his deathbed. There's going to be more Yakuza games. There's more. Majima just had a solo game. You think we ain't getting another one from the most popular character in the series? Come on, bro. More Yakuza has more stories to tell.
So Joe, I know that you're not gonna, you may not buy it yourself, but what are your thoughts on the fact that Tori, myself, and many others are okay with shelling out $100 for this game? And what is,
this was the point that I just brought up. If it's something that you really like and want to genuinely support, you'll pay for it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as I've stated many times before, if I was dead broke living under a bridge and Nintendo came out and said that Metroid 6 drops tomorrow, I will rob, cheat, steal, kick grandmas off their rockers, everything, whatever I got to do.
Hey,
don't quote me on.
Fire says if Tekken was good enough, it would have gotten a sequel, Anointed, already.
What do you mean Anointed?
I guess Tekken 9.
I mean, the game just came out, bro.
They got they got patches out. I mean, not patches, but they have updates out.
Yeah, the game has a 5 to 10 year lifespan. Bro, what are you talking about?
What's your next topic?
Okay, the game is a sequel.
All right. So moving on to our next topic, we've talked about GTA. Next thing we're talking about is Crunchyroll came out with data, and they said that across the board in almost every country that majority of people prefer to watch anime in their native language, so they prefer watching it in the dub than the sub, which is interesting because that goes against what most anime fans say as far as sub versus dub, et cetera, et cetera. So essentially, most people prefer to watch the dub than the sub on Crunchyroll. So what are our thoughts on that as far as 2025 where dubs have gotten better and things like that?
It makes sense. People prefer dub because, like I said, I've said before, a lot of people are busy or doing a multitasking or, can't stay focused. So I feel like if somebody has to read subtitles, they feel like they're taking their attention away from other things they can put their attention on. But a lot of people, if they're watching anime, they can, they'll watch something in dub so they can, listen to what's going on, even if they don't have to actually look at it. So it makes sense. Unless you are fluid in other languages, I feel like a lot of people watch dub for the fact that they can multitask while watching,
Mm-hmm.
Who else got some?
Okay, Aisha, please go ahead.
I just personally prefer both. Like, even if it's in my language, I still want the subtitles there. And that's just due to just having poor hearing. So I want to make sure I'm hearing what I'm hearing, because the last time I didn't do that, one of the biggest plot twists in Attack on Titan took place. And if I would have had subtitles during that part, I would have been prepared. But I was just watching the dub version the dub version, and the one where I don't want to say it, and because it's like massive.
And if you ain't finished, if you don't know the end of Attack on Titan by now.
But okay, so it was the part in spoiler alert, it was the part in Attack on Titan when Bertold and Reiner were like, hey, by the way, I'm the Ironheart and this was the da-da-da tire, and we want you to come join. Like that part.
Classic.
Whoo! But if I would have had subtitles, I would have been prepared for it, but it messed me up. So like I said, I just prefer both. I think both are good.
No.
Whoever says they prefer both, Chandika, Fading Jack, I'm with you.
I watch both because, I don't know, sometimes I watch a show in sub and then I watch it through in dub. But yeah, I watch both. I don't care what about the whole sub dub argument. I watch both.
That's you, bro. Yeah, for me personally, I think that it's just interesting to me as far as looking at the actual data. I don't think Crunchyroll would say that for no reason. I think it's obviously true. Yeah. But it's like, if you go to any sort of Facebook group, Reddit page, all the anime heads, anime fans, and of course we are as well, but everybody's like, dub is trash, this, sub is better, this is this. So it's like, kind of feels like just like this vocal, very, very loud vocal minority. But it's interesting. It's almost like, I'm not trying to take this into another topic.
Well, what you think?
But listen, it's almost like this. When you,
Hydrate.
Oh, hydrate? Okay, got you. Asia, here you go.
Thank you.
All right, I'm not trying to derail the conversation here. I'm just using this as an example.
Say your piece, bro.
But it's just like, and this is pre-beef. This is just in general. It's all the time when you go to Twitter.
Careful, y'all better not get too sidetracked. I'm gonna shut it down.
I'm just bringing up facts.
I'm gonna shut it down.
Please do. If we go too far, shut us down. I'm just bringing up an example. According to Twitter, you go to any sort of comment section, Drake is trash. He's the worst. This is this. But then the end of the year, Spotify's charts, everybody's Spotify Wrapped is Drake. So it's almost like internet hate versus actual data. I think the people who are like watching dub.
It's funny that you say that because, people say, oh, One Piece is this, One Piece is that, One Piece is too long.
But then the data.
One Piece, and then the data shows.
I agree with you. No, we were on the same page.
Shows that One Piece is the top anime.
That's my whole point, yeah.
That leads me into, did you add that to the list about the Vegas thing?
No.
Okay, yeah.
That's not even the topic. It's not a real. But listen, my whole point is that like it's just interesting when you think about like there's internet hate and comments, and then there's reality. What I really think is this: the people who are enjoying whatever it is, whether it's music, dub, they're just not going to chat rooms and saying dub is amazing.
Right.
They're just watching it and consuming it. It's the haters who want to go and talk online in chat rooms and stuff like that. But in reality, most people are just enjoying it and chilling. No. Like for me, I watch dub, but I'm not going to chat rooms trashing sub every day.
Right.
So it just kind of shows the two differences.
Which does tie into what I have to say about it too.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Drake has always been trash, regardless of when he was on the top of his game or not. But ain't nothing changed. Once a lame, always a lame. But putting that aside for now, my thing is this: when it comes to the sub versus dub thing, let's say you are an anime fan. For me personally, I'm also in the camp of I enjoy both, depending on what it is. I will always watch Yu Yu Hakusho in English dub because the English dub is amazing. Fired on your day off. I see you saying that Cowboy Bebop is the best dub of all time. You're discounting Yu Yu Hakusho. I can't agree with that. But you know what? It's cool. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong from time to time. It's okay. I'm here to help you. Just kidding. But anyway, so I'll watch that always in English dub. I'll mostly watch Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z in English dub as well. But then I'll probably watch something in Tekken Bloodline. I can watch either or. But if I had to choose, I'd probably watch it in Japanese because it feels more like the game. But at the end of the day, like I said, aside from the elitist nerds that say, you need to watch it sub with English, with the yellow subtitles, that's the only one. It's like, aside from those people, most people, like you said, are just trying to watch it. And across the world, people just want to watch it in their respective language. I don't even think it depends on if you're trying to multitask. I can say for me personally, I almost can't really watch something brand new that I haven't seen before and not be focused on it. I can't do other stuff and do it. That's why it's so difficult for me to watch new anime now, because I have stuff that I'm doing and then I'll try to watch something and then it's like I'm not fully engaged. I'm not absorbing the material. But people are going to identify with their native languages first and foremost. So it makes sense that people are going to watch more dub than sub. But again, if you watch sub, you're most likely enjoy like the tonality and the way that they deliver lines, but you're not as critical of the lines because it's not your language. See what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And when they, when people get used to certain voice actors and they hear that a certain voice actor is doing an anime, they prefer hearing that person's voice opposed from hearing somebody that's not them.
Well, I have a question. For the elitist sub only people, because for me, I can watch both.
Yeah.
But for the elitist people, my question is this: why do you care if other people watch your anime in dub anyway?
Because they're
like,
nosy.
honestly, like it's like, yo, if you are good and you're watching whatever anime it is in sub and you're enjoying it, why do you care what other people are doing anyway? Like, I never understood that whole thing for the people who just make this huge deal about it in the first place. It's like, I'm over here chilling and you mad at me, this. Like, I don't get it.
Here's my psychiatrist take on it. People are insecure and they want to feel validated. They want to feel like they have some sort of control over their lives by taking control of the lives of others. It's just how it is. Everybody's the king of their kingdom. Everybody's the main character of their stories. The rest of us don't care. I'm just here to watch, Cyber City 080808. I don't care what you think. Anyway, that's my point.
Okay. All right, next topic here, and we'll keep these relatively quick.
Real quick.
Oh, go ahead,
What's
Joe.
this comment here from Jason the Brutes? Dave, they care because they're trying to make themselves feel better about. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Thank you.
What's up, Vince Arts?
Hey,
Vince Arts, what's up? What's up?
it's okay, man. You're good.
Better late than never.
What is
100%.
happening?
Glad you can make it.
All right, next topic.
All right, so next topic, we're going to keep these relatively brief here, but there's some movies that came out recently that some of us have seen. Joe, we'll try to convince you to see some of these. But so Sinners has been out for at least 2 to 3 weeks at this point. We haven't talked about it on stream yet. So we'll give our quick reviews here. So I know that we have all seen it, at least us three here. Joe, you've not seen Sinners yet, right?
No, but I mean, I do want to go see it. I just haven't been able to.
Okay, so Asia, you saw recently. Give us your quickie review on Sinners.
Quickie review on Sinners. Very, very creative. Lots of metaphors, lots of hidden meanings. I do have to admit, a lot of them went over my head because I was just so invested in like Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld and the other actress. Oh my goodness, I'm going to butcher her name, so I don't want to mess it up. But their chemistry, all of that was great together. Brilliant.
Sent it to you.
I mean, lack of words. It was brilliant. 9 out of 10 for sure. Good movie.
I enjoyed it.
Beautiful.
It was the dynamics from it. It was dope. The symbolism, the storytelling, the music. It was all top tier. Definitely. Watching Sinners did make me feel like they should have gave Ryan Coogler the directorial privilege for Blade.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been nice.
Mm-hmm.
He could do it.
But yeah, I gave it a 10 out of 10. It was really good.
Yeah. Personally, I agree as well. Really, really powerful movie. Really good. I mean, it has just so many great things in it. Like, I mean, the music is great. The acting is great. The direction, the metaphors in there. And for me, I'm not a horror movie guy at all. It's not really scary. It's more of a thriller, in my opinion.
Thriller suspense.
Yeah, thriller suspense. But my biggest takeaway is I think it's really time that we like put some serious respect on Ryan Coogler as a director. Like he hasn't missed yet. Like he's honestly one of the best directors in Hollywood, period. And not just black directors. I don't like when we like try to just box him into just black director role. He's one of the best directors, just period. We got to be honest, from Fruitvale Station to Creed to Black Panther to Sinners, like he's never missed. All his movies are fire. Even Black Panther 2, which again, they had to pivot last minute because of the unfortunate death of Chadwick Boseman and still come out with a decent movie. That's a hard thing to do, to change your plans in the middle of already shooting your movie or writing your movie and stuff. So
and he put up a lot of his money for Sinners too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Like, we got to put Ryan Coogler and also Michael B. Jordan.
I was about to say, we can't, like, I think even for me, especially, I think I have definitely been sleeping on Michael B. Jordan. I personally just always thought he was just a pretty boy actor.
Damn.
But I know, I'm disrespectful AF for that. But after seeing Sinners, that brother has some acting chops that are.
I mean, but he showcased that a long time ago.
I know.
When he was in Hardball, when he was in what's that show called?
The HBO show.
Yeah, the HBO.
I know.
The Wire.
The Wire. Yeah, the man's been in his bag for a long time.
He's been that guy for a while, and so I do feel like I have slept on him as an actor, and I will not do it again. Brandon Lee says, anime discussions or movie discussions? Today is actually
we're discovering a lot of stuff.
We're discussing a lot of topics today, so we're all over the place.
There is an interesting anime that just had a trailer come out, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay. But yeah, so yeah, that's definitely Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler are definitely two creative
and they
guys with chemistry that work really well together.
They represented twins pretty good in that movie. That part hit home for me, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments about Sinners in the chat before we move on to the next movie?
What was the next movie?
Thunderbolts.
Oh yes, let's talk about Thunderbolts.
Any other comments from the chat? Let's see. What did Fire say about it? What did it say? Sinners is what is that, Adrian?
Sinners is what we can do if Hollywood gives us the resources and trust when it comes to making movies. I love Ryan Coogler. No.
Good praise.
Definitely. Oh, Fading Jack. No, Channing Tatum is another one that I just thought was a pretty boy actor until I saw how good he is with comedy. And if you've seen the movie Blink Twice, whew.
Is that new movie?
It's the one that Zoe Kravitz directed.
It came out maybe last year.
It came out.
Is that the one with the island?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
It's very relevant to like things that are taking place in Hollywood right now. I feel like so.
I thought so.
It's heavy. So I'm with you, Chandika. Thunderbolts.
Yeah. So Tori, have you seen Thunderbolts?
I have not seen Thunderbolts yet.
All right. So Asia, give us your quickie review on Thunderbolts.
First of all, so y'all know that I am a Bucky Glazer. I just glaze Bucky all day long. Sebastian
Still want him to
Stan.
have the shield.
I'm glad you admit these things.
No,
I
I'm
wish
gonna
some
be
of our
honest.
friends would admit their glazing tendencies.
My
I
whole
wish they would too.
No, my whole reason for not wanting Sam Wilson as Captain America is just because I love Bucky. It's not that I don't think Sam Wilson is not deserving of it. He obviously deserves it. I just love Bucky. My thing is Bucky couldn't even save Thunderbolts.
Damn.
When I tell you David had to keep nudging me awake that whole movie because I was snoring so much. That movie was a snooze fest. It was a dud. And I think Marvel is desperate right now because pushing this movie and announcing it as like the greatest movie of all time or whatever they've been saying about it, it's such a lie. And it's like, they're better than this. And Marvel, you know you're better than this. I was very disappointed in Thunderbolts.
What didn't you like about it?
I liked that I saw Bucky, and I liked that I saw Bucky a few times, and I can't tell you anything about. I can't tell you what it's about
because I know everybody that was in it. They've had them in past movies.
Not everybody.
Who didn't they have?
Was Taskmaster in something?
Taskmaster was in the Black Widow movie.
Oh, they were.
Taskmaster was in Black Widow.
I didn't think it was bad as Asia did, by the way. Like it wasn't trash for me. It was cool. It was decent.
No, definitely.
I just don't feel like Marvel has done a good reason to make us care about these characters. I had a reason to care about Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, all of them. I just don't feel like they gave enough for why do I give a damn about Black Widow's sister? Why do I care about
Elena?
Yeah,
They watered down they definitely did water down Taskmaster because Taskmaster is way, way bigger than what they've been portraying him as. Because Taskmaster is like, he has photographic, in the comic books, it was a dude, photographic reflexes. They could watch anybody in a fight and then master their style after watching them fight one time. And like nobody wants to fight around Taskmaster because Taskmaster can literally steal your whole swag word for word, bar for bar. Only a few people he can't hang with is Deadpool because Deadpool is unpredictable.
Why do they call him Taskmaster?
He masters every task. Man, he's photographic reflexes and photographic memory.
So Mo Magnus says Thunderbolts was really good, a return to MCU. And honestly, I've seen a lot of people say that, and I'm not mad at that comment. Like, I know, it was better than some other Marvel movies I feel like that have came out and so better. Yeah, I mean, way better than Eternals.
Yeah. Now I'll say this: the trailer didn't win me over when I went to go see Captain America: Brave New World, but they had that trailer before that movie, and so I was like, I could see myself sitting that one out. Now, if it's not even getting a Bucky seal of approval from Asia, that's a bad look. So I don't know. I don't think I should.
Yeah, I'll say the only thing that I found odd, and I'm saying this because Marvel's already announced this, was like in the movie they kind of reveal them as the quote unquote new Avengers.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was and that wasn't until like the last 10 minutes of the movie. So I just found it very odd that after like 2 days of the movie being out, that now they're marketing this movie as the new Avengers.
They got to make back their,
it just feels a little desperate. It's
speaking of that, because you know what I heard that was interesting about this movie is that critically, from both fans and critics, apparently it got really good reviews, but the box office is just not hitting.
Yeah, I heard it did worse in the box office than Captain America: Brave New World.
Because a lot of people, they want to bootleg. They want.
I don't think that's why though. If it's a good movie, people gonna see it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how the box office.
Yeah,
works.
I think honestly, what it has to do with is I think that people don't know these characters that well. Yeah. In all honesty, and I don't know.
It's kind of a generic name, and you don't really have that sort of brand recognition. Like you can unmistakably, like the Avengers.
Yeah,
you can't really mess that one up.
Okay,
Thunderbolts. Who knows what the Thunderbolts?
But here's the thing, Joe, and I hate to keep going back to this, but this is why I give credit to James Gunn because again, taking new characters and then doing crazy at the box office. Yeah. Same thing, new characters, but not great at the box office. So he really did something good
But there's still a different sort of standard there because when you look at the Guardians of the Galaxy, for one, the name's a better sell, but that's a small point. But then when you look at the actual team itself, you do have a much more robust and diverse team. One of them is a fucking tree. One of them is a fucking.
But that could be also a negative.
But hold on. But at the same time, then you look at the Thunderbolts. They all just look like just people.
But the crazy thing about it, the thing that they messed up with it, the Thunderbolts, like the people that they had in the movie weren't actually the people that they have in the Thunderbolts, because General Ross, General Thunderbolt Ross is one of the Thunderbolts, but he wasn't in there. So like, I feel like there's elements missing from the movie that maybe they plan on bringing in later. Maybe that's why they changed it to New Avengers.
Oh, see, no, hold up. No wonder the movie failed. Mo Magnus says the Thunderbolts were Marvel's Suicide Squad. No wonder I don't give a fuck.
That's
Thank
clearly
you.
it
Thank
was,
you.
it
I'm
was,
steering
it was,
clear like the plague.
It
Thank
was
you,
General Ross. He was one of the main members of the Thunderbolts. But like I said, they had him in the Captain America movie, and he wasn't in the Thunderbolts. That's probably why they changed it to the New Avengers, is because the members of the Thunderbolts aren't in the Thunderbolts.
What's his comment?
There's a first time chat there from Fat Free Pasta. Can you read that for us?
Well, Magnus said,
wait.
It was okay. The emotions and character work was good, but it felt kind of low budget. Ooh, I agree, Fat Free Pasta. It did feel pretty low budget. The sets were all inside minus random drone shots of the city, but it almost felt like a Disney Plus special that just got put into theaters. Yo, I resonate with that comment.
Point. I agree with that, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though I liked it more than Asia did, it did feel...
We must have had... Who did you see the movie with? Because we had two different conversations.
What do you mean?
We both walked out of there, we're like, that was buns.
I mean, but you gave it a way lower review. You were talking like 3 out of 10 and stuff. Like,
I didn't even put a score on it.
You called it straight trash.
Yeah, it was buns, but I didn't know. So what would you give it? I didn't know you liked it that much.
I give it a 6.
Dang, you liked it. 6 is a D. That's passing.
Yeah,
barely.
So there's...
You can still graduate with a D.
Hey, I did.
Damn.
Anyway.
Okay. Any other chat comments about the movie here? Mo Magnus is saying that they liked it. Love the interaction with the characters. Setting up for the actual Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah. Wait.
Because those aren't, like I said, the people that were in the Thunderbolts movie aren't the ones from the Thunderbolts comic books.
So wait a minute. Do you mean to tell me that the Thunderbolts movie is supposed to set up for a Thunderbolts movie?
I don't actually know that. That's news.
Set up for the actual people that are in the Thunderbolts.
I'll pass. Next.
Okay. All right. In quick entertainment news, Max has recently announced that they are changing their name back to HBO Max. And is Warner Bros. Damaging the brand by rebranding so often? / what the hell is going on
They
here?
should have never changed it to Max to begin with. It just doesn't make sense. Even after they changed it to Max, it was just easier to call it HBO Max because it's a much better, more recognizable name. Max could mean anything. Maximum, Maximilian. Like, what? Hey, man, you got subscription to Max? Cinemax? Maxim Magazine? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah. So, this is... And I hate in the image that you posted in the group chat, in our group chat, like it just said, we're changing the name of Max to HBO Max. And it's like, don't you mean you're changing it back?
I said the same thing.
Right.
How can you make an announcement about a rebrand without acknowledging that this was a rebrand?
It's a reverse.
Yes. How can you not acknowledge that this was the original name in the first place?
I mean, that's literally what they do with shoes. Shoes, clothes, all that. He's like, oh, we're going to tweak one thing and then give it to you just like that. And then it's like, oh, we're giving you the original back. We're bringing back the original limited edition. Yeah. That's what iPhone did as well. They take something away and then give it back to you later, making you think it's something new.
Like what?
The audio jack.
We never brought it back.
Yeah, they did. They bought the attachment for the audio jack.
That's kind of a reach. First of all, that's like that's universal. What phone in 2025 has an audio jack? Yours don't?
Okay, a couple of comments to acknowledge from Mason O'Ken. Contracts were lost and they had to do what they did. Max was Cinemax and HBO. Then he says, but yes, how they announced it was awful.
Well, Magnus says they should have never changed it. Respectfully, I don't think a lot of people started calling it just Max anyway. No. I was still calling it HBO Max.
It's honestly, it's the equivalent of calling Twitter X, which is still a stupid name in my book. But anyway.
I'm laughing at Mace No Kid and said the stare David did once iPhone came out of his mouth.
I mean, but before they got rid of the audio jacks on Android, they took it away from iPhones and they said, "Oh, you want audio jack? Here, we have an attachment that you can plug into the iPhone and then use an audio jack, and we only gonna charge you $100 for it."
It was not $100,
And you got to charge it.
It was close, right? It was like what, 70?
7.
70?
77?
Y'all wildin'. This is crazy.
I'm just saying, they took it away from you and then charged you to get it back, and then had you think you was
It
getting
actually
something new.
came with the phone, actually, if you want to really be accurate. It came with when they first took it away, it came with the phone. Age, is that true?
I'm not sure.
Oh, no, comment from Mason O'Ken. Then David said, "We never did that. My man believes he is Apple."
I mean, I do have stock in Apple. So, I mean...
We're not talking to you anymore. Anyways.
Y'all don't have stock in Apple?
No.
Wow. Y'all...
the no and you.
That's crazy not to have stock in Apple. Wow. What y'all got stock in? Microsoft?
Walmart.
Android?
Oh, you did the Walmart thing.
Jordans.
Nike?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
See, there we go. Fading Jack, I have Apple stock. Smart.
Great.
Smart. That's what you're supposed to do.
Are we still on HBO Max or next
I
topic?
think we move on now.
Yeah, we can move on. Next topic, talking about, Joe, passing this to you.
Mhm.
So, Tekken, well, I'll let you explain.
I'll explain.
Explain what's going on with Tekken right now.
Long story short, and we kind of touched on in a previous stream, Tekken 8 Season 2 dropped. People were complaining all over the place, talking about how they doubled down on the aggression, more and more stance, 50-50 mix-ups. There were some changes that were a little out of pocket. They did buff defense a little bit, but it was kind of eaten up by the fact that every character got like super safe, long range, mid moves that would like completely shut down sidestep. So yeah, that was a little much. So then, of course, like Tekken players all over the place are complaining. They're sending all kinds of crazy tweets at Harada and Michael Murray, spamming chats and in live streams. A lot of people have dropped off and quit playing the game, which they'll be back eventually anyways. And again, as I stated before, in my opinion, it's all just people unable to let go of their ego and blame their loss on something else. We didn't even have patches back in the day. You just had to learn the matchups. But hey, whatever. So now, after Evo Japan, they announced that Fakumram, who is a DLC character in Tekken 7, is coming back. What'd you drop, bro?
Just a bottle. We good.
All right. What kind of bottle?
We good. Nothing. It's just
You got to watch out for him because he be wasting water. I don't trust. Anyway. So Fakumram was announced as the next DLC for Tekken 8 coming out, which people are now pissed because, oh my God, Fakumram is a wasted slot. Why didn't they bring back Bruce? Why didn't they bring back Lei or Roger? So I shit you not. Somebody in the comment section actually tried to go to war with me saying when he was a wasted slot. And I asked, which characters would you rather have back? They said Bake and Roger Jr., a Taekwondo fighter who was replaced by Hwoarang, and a damn boxing kangaroo. Was actually supposed to be a replacement for actual really good representation of Thai boxing in Tekken. Better representation than Bruce Irvin. So to all these people out there saying, oh, we want Bruce back, we want Lei back, you got Lei back in Tekken 7 and nobody played him. He was still one of the lowest played characters. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. To people saying that they wish that Katarina or Josie Rizal would come back. Nobody liked these characters. That's why they didn't make it into the base roster. Duh. So again, and now after they've released a patch, they've nerfed the shit out of like everybody. They made their adjustments to the heat burst, to sidestep, all this stuff. You got the majority of people now going, yeah, this is a step in the right direction. They done fired most of their balance team from what we've heard. So now they put out statements saying, well, this is just like a quick patch. We're doing what we can, but we're going to keep monitoring and we're going to make changes in the future. And yet you still have people. I really want to talk about this one. You still have people, Tekken content creators, pro players saying this patch doesn't go far enough. They're not listening to the community. David, if you have a passing criticism of Tekken 8, even if it's incorrect, I would understand because you're not that deep into it. You're a casual, passive fan, right? But for people with YouTube channels, people that pull up to tournaments, y'all know better. Y'all read the patch notes. You watch every Tekken Talk live stream. You watch the tournaments. You watch every time Michael Murray and Harada get on stage. You've heard them make statements to say, hey, this patch isn't going to fix everything, but we're working on it. So what the fuck do you mean that they're not listening to the community? People just don't, there's so much contradictions and it makes no sense. People will say, oh my God, the Tekken devs don't listen to the community. Then the devs will come out and say, well, we're actually taking feedback from all players from all spectrums of skill level, of casual to hardcore, and we're basing our opinions on that data. And then people still come out, oh my God, they're catering solely to casuals who don't play the game, this and this. They'll say, well, our character DLC is based off data that we get from this and this. Why didn't they put in my character? I'm one of the 12 people that played Alex and Roger Jr. Why isn't my character in? Shut up. Shut up. Get good. Hey, if you want to stop playing, cool. If you want to keep playing, which most of you are, just learn your matchups and just quit complaining, unless it's an actual valid criticism.
Is that T Cheers in the chat?
Hey, what's up, Terrell?
T Cheers?
You pulled up at just the right time, too. Funny enough.
The Terrell Cheers. Oh, man.
And no, yeah, they actually are. There's
All right, any comments we want to respond to here?
Yeah, let's see. Thai boxing, isn't that? Yes, Muay Thai, correct. And someone actually made a good point. There's like there's a Thai Tekken player who made a point talking about, for everybody saying that Bruce Irvin is better representation than the actual Thai character who speaks Thai from Thailand, you know, who's got like all the correct like Thai boxing attire and stuff like that. Again, doesn't that sound a little disrespectful? Now, granted, Bruce Irvin is a black character in Tekken. It'd be nice to have him back, but at the end of the day, he's not as interesting. His design isn't all that. They would have to hardcore redesign Bruce Irvin and give him all kinds of extra. You know what, David? If they put Bruce Irvin as DLC in Tekken 8 tomorrow, bet money all these same fuckers would be complaining, oh my God, they gave Bruce Irvin a gun. They gave him a dive kick that's +6 on block. This character's busted. The same shit every time. You can't be satisfied. You guys are making the game unfun, not the devs. It's all of these people who just cannot stop complaining. Shut the fuck up.
Mike?
I feel like they need to bring Gon and
no.
They need to bring Gon back.
Gon's a guest character.
Wait, was he in the game?
He was a guest character in Tekken.
You know how many dubs I got with that man?
Wait, Gon the
Dragon.
Oh, you mean from Hunter?
No.
No, it was a dragon.
It's this dragon character that's like super short, so you can't hit him half the time, and you can fart on people. That's why people like him.
And he can shoot fireballs.
Hey, if you were good enough at Tekken, you wouldn't even need him.
You know the people who like to rush you and all that, he had this backflip that he could, people would hate that because people, you know how people like to rush and tackle and do all that other bullshit. Well, guess what? Backflip every time. Backflip, fart on you. You rushing me? Fireball.
Hey, Mo Magnus, he was Kazuya's only friend. Kazuya don't even like his friends. He'll turn back on his friends in a heartbeat.
He wouldn't turn on Gon.
Kazuya would try to stomp on Gon and shoot him with a devil laser.
He didn't. Because they were like this.
Well, first off, he was technically dead in Tekken 3 anyway, so he wasn't even there. But again, Gon was a guest character. He's not even relevant anymore. He's not coming back.
They need to bring Mokujin back.
We don't need him back.
If people could say how good they are, you know, people like to say how good they are. And
are you gonna play
that? Hell, that's all. So instead of picking random, like me and my cousins and family, we pick Mokujin. Whoever you get, whoever fighting style you get, that's who you fighting with. Like
if you pull up to a tournament, Tori, you picking Mokujin?
I'm not talking about tournament. I'm talking about you just gotta.
If you play against me tonight, if I booted up Tekken 8 on this computer right now, would you pick a Mokujin?
Here's the thing. I'm saying that's what we would do. Instead of everybody picking random, both of y'all pick Mokujin, and whoever you get is who you get.
Look, for the 6 people that would play Mokujin, good for y'all. We don't need him back. You want to talk about a wasted slot? I would rather have an actual.
That right there.
I would rather have an actual character
mentality that you got right there.
I would rather have an actual character with a unique play style of their own.
You too sweaty to play with somebody that's dry.
First off, you don't even play. You can't even play me.
I don't.
You went 20 zip last time and then you quit. You ain't touched the game since. So don't talk to me about
20
zip
after a 3-year hiatus. That's just like a star athlete retiring and then coming back to playing the championship. Man's gonna be rusty. He got to practice. I jumped in.
Wait, hold on. In this scenario, who's a star athlete?
What?
In this scenario, who's a star athlete?
Comparing us two, it's me. No.
So you at one point you were a star athlete in Tekken?
I'm talking about Terrell. Listen, Terrell's in the chat. He used to come over. We used to play Tekken. We would go around. We was all at the house chilling, playing Tekken. Everybody throwing hands, everybody getting dubs. And then I just stopped playing Tekken. I was playing everything else but Tekken. And then I played Joe, and then he's already been, he's already drenched in sweat by the time I picked up the controller.
I didn't have to sweat because all you were doing was button mashing.
It wasn't.
Once I got past that, then you had nothing to do. Did you get a single dub, Tory?
I did.
When?
I did. I won rounds. I didn't win the sets.
Then it doesn't matter because you didn't get a dub.
A win's a win.
You didn't win. You got rounds.
A win.
That doesn't matter.
It said knockout. That's a win. I count that as a win.
But did it say you win at the end after you won? Didn't.
Listen.
Not a single one.
Winning a round is better than not winning a round.
But winning the actual match is better infinitely than winning a round.
Listen, I'm just saying, I came from a 3-year hiatus. That was your go-to game. You was playing that every day. I was playing that not at all.
Once I found out how to get past your mashing buttons, you didn't get a single dub.
It wasn't mashing. If it's a combo, how is it mashing?
You didn't combo.
I did a combo.
You just hit buttons, Tory. You never lifted me off the ground.
I did lift you up. Here's the thing. You call it button mashing because I'm not juggling. I don't juggle.
It's not even about juggling.
Do I look like a clown to you?
If you're in the neutral and you're just doing this to your controller with no strategy whatsoever, you're just button mashing. You're not even mashing. You're just button mashing. You're not playing Tekken. You're playing buttons. You got buttons on your shirt. That's all you playing,
bro. You was
bro.
Tootsie sliding side to side the whole time.
Then you should have used something to track it. If you knew what you was doing, you wouldn't have had a problem.
That's all you was doing. Square dancing the whole time, and then you juggle, get close to the wall.
Square dance.
Listen, do a sidestepper. Play me in a sidestepper. I don't play those juggle games. Play
a game with sidesteps. That's Tekken, bro.
No, you can move laterally and all that in Tekken. You play me in a game you can't move laterally. Let's see, what's that?
Like Street Fighter?
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
You can't touch me in Street Fighter either. So there.
Oh, that's the next challenge. Maybe
Mortal Kombat.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Tory.
Injustice, Mortal Kombat. Come see me.
I probably could smoke you
come
too
see
in Mortal
me,
Kombat if I wanted to.
Come see me in a fighting game where you can pick Batman.
Tell you what, I'll just play Mortal Kombat and I'll just spam guns. That's all you have to do when you play an NRS game is spam projectiles and guns.
I don't need projectiles. I just need these hands.
The game is busted enough where I can get away with doing that. What's Cyril saying? The main argument against Tekken 8 is that Season 2 update being unbalanced, mostly uttered by professionals and streamers, but casuals are arguing a different POV. Pros / damn it, it's far away. Hold on.
Pros universal plus 8 tracking moves. Steve and JK 7 casuals. My char, it's not in the game, and I don't know how to block.
And again,
and I told him when I was playing Tekken, I told him I don't block. I don't block. I told him I don't block.
That's why you lose.
Wait, why don't you block?
Joe taught me how to block.
I don't have time to block.
Joe taught me how to block on Tekken?
When you're getting hit, it'd be nice to block, wouldn't it?
I don't block. I dodge.
Dory, you weren't dodging. You were mashing buttons.
It's not
you didn't stop attacking.
I did stop attacking. When you started blocking, you were waiting for the punish every time.
All right, y'all. We gotta move on to the next topic. Okay, but sounds like we need to do a rematch. Oh, what up? What up?
Hi,
Data got it.
Oh, what's up?
Data got us. What up?
Funny how all my Tekken people pop up right when we're talking Tekken. But anyway, but Terrell, to acknowledge what you're saying real quick, like all the stuff that you're talking about with like the plus and the homing moves and all that stuff, it's stuff that is steadily getting addressed, but they're not going to address it overnight. They're not going to just completely reflip the entire system in one patch. Like all the 50-50 stance mix-up stuff, that's going to take time. They've openly stated that it's going to take time, but when people hear that it takes time and then they don't give them time, that's stupid. I don't get it. Anyway.
Oh, another game, Joe. Play me in
Marvel Rivals.
Not Marvel Rivals. Play me in Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse.
Don't nobody play Xenoverse, bro.
People play Xenoverse. Xenoverse 2, any of them.
How about you see me in Dragon Ball Fighters?
I've never played Fighters.
What? You're not
it's just like
game player.
Wait a minute, Fighters is literally just reskinned Marvel vs. Capcom. See me in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Look, I can still play like Capcom games. I'll see you in that. I'll probably do just fine.
I hope so.
Anywho, next topic.
Next topic is Microsoft is laying off 6,000 employees. This is maybe their third or fourth round of layoffs in the last couple of years.
I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Yeah, I mean, do these layoffs mean that there are bigger issues at Microsoft? And what does this mean for Xbox? Asia, start with you. What are your thoughts here? Again, this is their literally third round of layoffs in the last couple of years. I mean, you know, what's your speculation here?
I mean, it just sounds like there's a lot of trouble going on. And that's just like really sad. Oh my gosh, just laying off that many workers. And you said this is their third round of doing it?
Yeah, I mean, because
So what's left? Who's left?
I will say 6,000 employees. 6,000 employees is actually less than 10% of the company. So that's how big the company is. So
6,000 is a lot of people.
It's still a lot of people. I just want to know. You said who's left?
It's a drop in the bucket compared to how many people they have.
But that's still a lot of people.
That's still a lot of people. Still a lot of the people who are not going to get benefits, who got families to take care of, and things like that.
Unless they give them a severance package or something like that.
I mean, that helps a little bit, but you still got to find a new job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, because again, this is, I'm looking at the article here. It says that they laid off 1,900 people specifically at Activision and Xbox. And that was in May 2024.
Oh.
And then in September, they let off 600 Xbox specific employees.
I remember. Wait a minute. Are they the same ones that they blamed their game stuff on the Suicide Squad game?
I have no idea.
There was a thing where they blamed their gaming department they blamed their gaming department's what's his name and why they had to downsize and do stuff because of the monumental failure of Suicide Squad.
That was a different company. They didn't make Suicide Squad. That was probably maybe something with Warner Bros. Or something.
Okay. Warner Brothers, like Rocksteady, stuff like that.
Asia, any other thoughts on that? I mean...
I want to address what Derek said, which is, but they raising the price of Xboxes.
Listen.
So what's that about?
I mean,
hey man,
they said they're doing that because of just tariffs and then competition and stuff. But to me... Xbox was already in last place, and then they have these. Yeah. You know, I'm an Xbox fan, so I'm saying this as a fan perspective. You're already in last place. You were losing to PlayStation, losing to Nintendo, and then you raise prices. Because Sony hasn't really raised prices yet, to my knowledge, right?
Not yet.
So it's just odd to me that you raise.
You get rated?
Huh?
You get rated?
I don't think so. Why you say that?
Jada got it says W rated.
Oh, if we did, I didn't know.
We need an alert for raids, probably.
Yeah, we did.
But if we did, hey,
appreciate whoever did that.
Appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for the raid. And girl, yes, please behave, because if I get started, they gonna kick me off the stream.
Now,
Purple Punch Monster says, "Let's party. We're here. We're here, Purple."
Hey, what up, Perp? I'm not gonna call you that. I swear. Anyway.
Okay, we got rated. Hey,
appreciate the raid.
Thank you so much. Now I've got to address this whole Xbox thing.
Oh, the Xbox prices?
Yeah, well, just these layoffs and all this bad publicity.
Okay,
I was listening.
Purple Punch, what's up? What's
up, Purple Punch?
I may be saying your name wrong. Sorry.
That's why I'm just call him Perp. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. So I was listening to a Josh Johnson stand-up bit earlier today, and he was talking about like comparing American news to Canadian news, where it's like America, it's like every day, like this person got shot. But then it's like you go to Canada and their darkest news is this person got pulled over for speeding. Dear Lord, the inhumanity. It's kind of how I feel with Xbox at this point, where it's like as soon as bad news hits, it's like, yeah, what else is new? Xbox fucking up? Yeah, the sky is blue.
Damn. So I mean, it is an odd move for me personally. It's an odd move to take listen, I'm an Xbox fan, so I'm saying this from a fan perspective. This is not hate, but it's an odd move to me to kind of take I don't want to call it a failing console, but to take your low-selling console and say, hey, guess what we're about to do to change the game? Let's increase the prices by like dang near $100. It wasn't like it was a $20 increase. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was like a $100 increase.
David.
And then Sony didn't increase theirs. But
David, not only that, not only to increase your prices on a console that nobody's buying. There's that have no reason to buy because now you're putting your so-called exclusives on other consoles.
I mean, but
Tori, I ain't talking to you.
I want to hear Tori. Hold on, Tori's the Xbox defense team, so I got to hear.
I mean, listen,
and you've got probably laid off too.
So. I play Xbox.
So do I.
I feel like the price hike is that's just the price of doing business on top of doing these tariffs and whatnot. Because just like the price of Xbox is going up, the price of everything else is going up.
Now, question: how come? I'm asking. How come Nintendo did not increase the price of the console?
They will. They increased.
Hold on. We can't talk about. Hold on. We can't say. We can't talk about predictions.
Did they increase the price of the games though?
That wasn't do it. Well, you talking about because of the you talking about Mario Kart?
I mean, they said they increased the prices.
So there was some accessories that increased the price, but the actual console didn't. Then Sony's chilling. Sony didn't increase that either. So it's just odd to me that out of all the consoles,
is it the membership price going up?
Of what?
For PlayStation Plus?
Oh, you tell me. I don't know.
I think it went up. I'm pretty sure it did.
I stopped paying for PlayStation Plus for a minute.
I'm pretty sure it went up.
Look, if the price of the Switch 2 stays the same, just the console, and if the game prices go up, it's like, yeah, it'll suck, but at the end of the day, I'll be fine. But again, it's like Xbox is it's already a sinking ship. You got games that ain't nobody playing. You put the games on other consoles so you don't have no exclusives. Ain't nobody buying your shit. Then you raise the prices. No wonder you're laying off people. You're floundering. You're a fish out of water. You're just flopping around begging for water. Oh. And then this nigga had the nerve to say, man, it would be my dream to one day buy Nintendo. Where, Phil? How?
We don't know. We don't know what they got planned. We don't know what their meaning is and reasoning.
Phil Spencer is going in the category of all these dumbass tech and play. Shut the fuck up,
we
Phil.
We will know when we get to that part of the episode. Until then, we just gotta sit back and speculate on what their reasoning is.
Tori, have you heard the term toxic positivity?
Toxic positivity. I mean, there's optimism.
There's optimism, and then you're sitting in a burning room going, "This is fine."
I mean, if I'm the human
torch, you're sinking on the Titanic.
If I'm the human torch, I'm
women
cool.
and children only to the lifeboats, and you're like, hey, man, I wonder what the cafe is serving this evening. Like Tori,
sound like free food to me.
I'm done. I'm out.
Where are you going? That's crazy.
Can't talk to this dude.
Okay. So Tori, you were asking earlier, so we're giving you the floor.
Yeah.
You have some One Piece news that you wanted to bring up.
Listen.
This is breaking news, so let's hear it.
Wait a minute. I got to get ready for it. Give me a second.
Where are you going?
I got to give me 2 seconds.
All right. So Chad, if y'all just tuned in, Tori is going to tell us some One Piece news, and for whatever reason, he has walked away.
Are we done talking about One Piece?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, never mind.
Honestly, Asia, do you know? Oh. Okay.
Breaking news. I don't know if any of y'all know this, but
you can just wear the mic. Huh? You just put it on. It's louder when you do that.
They got to get the ASMR.
It's louder when you do that, though.
The ASMR.
They ain't got to do all that.
No. Listen, I don't know if y'all know this, but people like to shit on anime, including One Piece. One Piece is top tier. Joe, you might want to step in here for this. You need to. This is
We need your thoughts, Joe. Put the mic back on, please.
Listen, people love to shit on One Piece. Say it's too long. It's this. It's that. It's not my favorite anime. Nobody's watching it. Nobody has time to watch all these episodes, but yet and still, One Piece is steady, setting the bar higher and higher for the second time. Count them 2. Second time, One Piece will be featured on the Las Vegas Dome, the Bubble Bowl of One Piece. Second time. No other anime has done this. One Piece is taking over. You know what I'm saying? Listen, One Piece has been in the Olympics. the Macy's Parade, the NFL, the NBA. I'm just saying, if One Piece is that bad and nobody's watching 1,000 episodes of this, that, and the third, then I'm just saying the proof is in the dome. Literally.
I mean, so Tor, I'll give One Piece credit. It is very popular, and that is a great feat that it has all these different accolades.
But you know what people are doing now? First people was talking about, One Piece, the fights is this, that, it's not good. It's where's the fights is now they complaining that the latest episode of One Piece, they said the fight scenes was too animated. It had too much animation. Like people are so always that you can't satisfy.
Jamal says I can't watch that shit. I bought the video game and still can't find myself to put it on my TV.
And that is fine. That's fine. Maybe One Piece isn't for everybody, but if you don't even try, then you're missing out. I mean, listen, they wouldn't have these accolades and all these great situations, let them sleep, because just like everybody else is missing out, you sleeping on One Piece. You know what I'm saying? That's my same reaction when I see Yakuza put up or when Beyonce starts singing. That's my same reaction. This puts me to sleep.
You went there.
It is unbearable.
Beyonce's unbearable? And Yakuza?
Unbearable.
Damn.
Unbearable. I couldn't. Look, wait, hey, I want to say it. Look. Look what I'm about to say. Look.
She can hear you.
Look, I want to say it, but y'all said I can't say it on stream. I want to say it. I'm about to give them one of them. But listen, One Piece has been killing it. And then there's other One Piece news.
Oh, you want the gamer? All right, here, I'll read that. So, yeah. This is in One Piece news. A YouTuber watched 1,100 plus One Piece episodes in 24 hours. Her name is Alex One, and they basically put a
damn lie.
He had like 12 or 15 TV screens playing One Piece the entire time.
But can you really watch? How can you watch them at the same time? That's it's really more of like a publicity stunt than a real consumption of One Piece.
But there has been some development. Remember a while back when they had that kid?
So wait, hold on. Mitzar says how? Yeah, to explain, this person had literally 20 screens up playing episodes at the same time. So again, to me, it's cool, but it's more of a publicity stunt more than a real consumption of anime.
24 hours.
Yeah. Asia, Joe, y'all have any thoughts on One Piece?
Haters gonna hate.
We done talking about One Piece? Anyway, so on to the next topic. So there's actually a really cool looking anime coming out called Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. It's got female representation of the FGC. It's a collaboration with Street Fighter 6. That's a good show.
Street Fighter, that's boring.
I'm looking forward to that.
Street Fighter's boring.
Speaking of anime, I wanted to bring up an anime, and I see Mason O'Ken in the chat. An anime I've been watching recently, I've really been enjoying is it called To Be Hero 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To Be Hero X. I mean,
My Hero?
No.
I mean,
To Be Hero X. That's what it's called, right?
No, I'm talking about the My Hero show.
No, this is not that show. This is the one I was telling you about the other day.
Oh, I got to make
No, not Vigilantes. I'm talking about, To Be Hero X. That was it. Thank you, Derek. I recommend watching that anime if y'all have not checked it out. It's one of the most unique anime I've ever seen. It changes animation styles throughout you're watching it, and it has some really good CG anime in there, which I usually hate CG. No, I usually hate CG anime. It's usually hot garbage. This is actually really good, but it also will change randomly to a 2D style, but a different 2D style. The storytelling is dope, the music. So I recommend checking it out. It's super unique. I don't know if anybody's watching To Be Hero X, but I highly recommend checking it out.
It sounds like it has a prequel, according to Jada Goddess.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, she says she recommends it. Thanks, boo.
What's the...
And then the Black Up says, I finally caught y'all live. Well, welcome.
Appreciate you coming
Thanks
through.
For coming through.
Is this first time chat? Oh, it is a first time chat. The Black Up first time chat. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you.
Thank you. You're giving us more of a shot than a lot of these haters in the comments. So you know what?
Or
You
the
get
haters-
invited to the cool
The
take.
haters in this room too, as well.
What haters in the room?
You and Joe. On
Hater-
Hater.
I had to take a nap. What are you talking
You had to
about?
take a nap.
Yes,
Well,
I get
okay, all
I
right,
get
look.
cranky if I don't nap.
All right, look here.
Crazy.
Let me put all this supposed hatred aside, and I'll give a public service announcement, y'all. If you want an alternative to NyQuil, to nighttime Mucinex, whatever,
That's crazy.
just watch some One Piece. That'll put you right
You
out.
know what? You shouldn't take advice from someone who hasn't watched One Piece. That's just like me saying Batman is the worst hero ever because he doesn't have superpowers. That's just stupid, right?
Well, it's just factually incorrect. But anyway.
Exactly. That's
So
just
a factual
like what you
statement
said. It's
such as-
factually incorrect.
What I said is nice and based on empirical
And the
data.
Black Up done gifted some subs. Thank you,
Hey,
Black Up.
thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Thank you for standing up with clinical science and alternatives to sleep medication. Thank you so much. You are doing the Lord's work when it comes to scientific
So
discovery.
wait,
Thank you.
just so we know once and for all for the chat, because some people this is their first time popping
Yeah.
in the chat. So Asia and Joe,
Yeah.
please explain. Asia, ladies first. Explain your disdain with One Piece, because both y'all fell asleep when Tori was talking. Tori, I was listening and engaged. in
I
the
appreciate
conversation.
that.
No
I
problem.
appreciate
I'm a
that.
nice guy.
You know,
Asia-
I sat here and stomached through Joe talking about Tekken.
stomach.
Stomached him talking about Tekken. I had no qualms. I didn't fall asleep. I was attentive to his words.
So
You know.
Asia, starting with you, what is your issue with One Piece in here?
I don't have an issue with One Piece. I think Tori is just like, it's kind of projecting on me because I just took a nap because if I don't take one, I just get cranky
waited
during
till we
the
were
day.
Y'all got
talking
a flight
about-
to catch.
You waited.
I have a flight in the morning.
You waited till we was talking about One Piece.
Is that what happened? Is that
You
your
don't even
interpretation?
play Tekken, but you was attentive to that.
Is that your interpretation of what took place?
Yeah,
If that's your interpretation.
I tapped you a few times and you didn't wake
Oh,
up. until
Tori,
we-
I'm a heavy sleeper. I'm sorry, brother, but
okay.
you know what? I will say
No,
this.
it's cool.
No, I was going to offer an explanation because I
But
am
that
reading.
nighttime One Piece cold and flu, that hit different, didn't it?
No, hear me. No, hear me out. I'm reading the first One Piece manga.
What do you think?
Oh, I think already it's hilarious how he turned into the super rubbery Mr. Fantastic guy by eating that berry thing. So I think, so far it's cool. So I have no qualms against One Piece. I do think the fandom is batshit crazy.
Damn.
But other than that, like, y'all some cool. It's cool.
And the Black Up says just to say, leave Tori alone. One Piece is for people that want a long commitment. Let him have that.
You know what? I got I must have
Commitment
commitment.
issues.
You know
Is that
what?
what it is?
I'll accept. I might have commitment issues.
Well, I hope
That's
not. Hope not. The hell?
You relax.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that. What you mean?
All right, I take it back. I have.
Nah, we might have to talk off screen. Hold on. What you mean?
See, look what One Piece does to relationships.
Breaking up a marriage.
That's
Look at this.
that's-
Broke up my whole marriage.
No. That's what Kendrick say. This is a long life battle with yourself. You ain't don't blame that on One Piece.
All right, so asking Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, for the fans who are here who don't know,
Tori.
what is your issue with One Piece?
Tori.
Please explain fully so we know.
No, it's again, for those of you that don't know on the stream, we're all friends, supposedly. Tori has the same effect with One Piece that David and Asia have me with literally everything. I don't fuck with pickleball. I don't fuck with Apple products, Drake, what's his name? Kid Cudi. I don't fuck with any of them because of these two. Same reason why I don't fuck with One Piece because of this guy.
What did he do?
Here's the thing. I don't even push One Piece on this man. I literally just say
You just delivered a whole sermon, yay and amen, took us to
Tori,
church.
you
Pastor,
push
I'm
your
the
whole
election
wait a
Wait a
plate.
minute, how is it preaching when I'm literally saying what happened? I'm giving you news, just like you gave news on the updates and the patchwork and stuff like that to Tekken. I did that same thing. I gave the patchwork, the news updates, all that for One Piece. It's the same category,
But
just
I didn't
different
bring it
cover.
up when nobody was talking about it. We was over here talking about like, oh yeah, Drake just lost that Kendrick beef. And then I'd be like, you know what's else incredible? Tekken 8 is doing something. Like, I didn't bring it up out of, you find a way to inject One Piece into everything.
I can't help
But
it. I
putting
can't help it.
that aside,
that
here
One
are
Piece
my
has a lot
genuine
of different
thoughts.
topics
Here are
about
my
it.
genuine thoughts on One Piece without Tori tripping or the rest of the murderous fan base. One Piece, I acknowledge, is, I'm sure, a legendary, iconic anime. I've seen stuff from One Piece that I like. I've written stuff that I like from One Piece into sketches that we've done. That being said, I do not want to make the commitment to watch the entire show in the amount of time that it would take to be current with One Piece. I could watch probably 20 other shows, and I barely have time to do that because I'm very busy and I'm consuming other content. Sorry, that is my stance. And because of Tori, I've taken a hard stance and I will just never engage.
That's insane because I don't even do anything. I don't push One Piece. I don't send him One Piece clips. All I do is talk about my experience with One Piece. And the excitement I get for One Piece is the same excitement that Asia gets when she sees puppies, when Dave sees a new Apple product, or when Joe sees a new Tekken or Yakuza game. That's the same excitement that I come with those things. And then I don't shit on them for liking what they like.
Because you keep it within our...
Wow!
You shit on Beyonce all the time. I can't even listen to a song without...
I said puppies.
This is a better singer.
I said puppies. That's my opinion. I like SZA more than I like Beyonce. I don't shit on you about liking puppies because I like puppies too.
No, yes you do. You keep telling y'all the main ones. I hope the dog dies. Don't say nothing about crypto.
I never
y'all
said
will
that.
not let me be happy.
That Joe said that. I said I like dogs. I like all animals.
I like dogs.
And I don't shit on Dave for liking Apple products.
Joe does.
We capping on
I don't shit on Joe for liking.
Capping live?
I don't shit on Joe for liking Tekken and
crazy.
Yakuza.
You just tried to have Tekken
like
catch some strays just a minute ago, just because somebody dared to say something about your One Piece. No, you don't. Anyway.
I do play Tekken. I own Tekken.
So, Joe, there's a question for you. But the Black Ops is asking, are you going to watch the new One Piece that they're coming out with? Like when they kind of like strip things down, no filler. It's going to be new animation on Netflix. Are you going to check that out?
On principle, because of Tori, maybe not, but it's up for consideration.
Oh my God.
But again, there's other stuff on the list that I would rather
watch. You can watch it in secret and not tell me.
There's still other stuff on my list that I would rather watch.
In the chat, Jada Goddess, and then I believe Ron Combs is asking about toxic fan bases. So just asking, overall in all media, what are the top most toxic fan bases?
Roncom says it.
Pokemon.
Top 5 most annoying toxic fan base. 1, My Hero. 2, Demon Slayer. 3, JJK. 4, Dragon Ball Z. And 5, JoJo.
Hey, a question for you real quick.
I believe that.
What about, even outside of anime, like, I'm just asking. It's not a shot. I'm asking.
Okay.
Is the Harry Potter fan base toxic at all?
We do not act like this.
Tori said very. So what's going on?
We do not act like this.
Okay, how about the Beyonce fan base?
Okay, I will admit.
Keep coming up, bro.
No, listen. I can be objective.
Fan base.
I can be objective. The Harry Potter fan base is the most cool comic collector group of people I've ever been a part of. Okay? Now, the Beehive, I'm not going to lie. They've overstepped some boundaries. They've done too much. They've done the most. Okay? I don't agree with it. But I mean, every fan base has a batch of crazies in it, I think.
Or Taylor Swift fan base.
Well, Tori, you said
Swifties don't play. They got shooters.
Well, Tori, you said the Harry Potter fan base is toxic. So can you explain the toxicity
They do.
for us? What have you seen Harry Potter fans do?
It depends on what side of the fence you're on.
Please elaborate. I will have a conversation with them.
There are people that are hardcore Harry Potter fans that won't let you say anything bad or any other magic a gathering of students or whatnot pales in comparison. The writing is top tier and rivals that of any other writer out there. Like it's you can't say anything bad about Harry Potter. You can't critique anything that the hardcore fans don't like about it. I mean, you can catch some hands or something else.
Personally, I've never came across any Harry Potter fans like that, but if they exist, they are wrong. But respectfully, in their small defense, think however you want of the author. I know that a lot of people don't support that author anymore, but can you name another author who wrote 7 books that spurned a movie franchise, several theme parks, merchandise beyond belief? I mean, are they wrong for saying that that's one of the greatest stories, best writing of all time for one book series to do that? Can you name another?
Twilight
Don't got no theme parks.
What about One Piece?
50 Shades of
What
Grey.
about One Piece?
One Piece has it all.
One Piece has that.
Okay, then maybe we could argue that One Piece is up there as some of the greatest writing of all time if they've spurned
It's actually
as
on
much
the list.
as Harry Potter has.
Top selling.
Okay.
Top selling author.
Jalen Anderson says the Kanye fan base is toxic as well, and I would have to
At this
agree.
point,
Yes.
they would have to be.
If you're still defending Kanye in 2025, that's just pure toxicity. It just is, and I'm not even going to get deep into it. But yeah,
We don't have to.
We shouldn't.
Enough said. Kanye rolling. We're done.
I got one.
I want to say it.
Don't say it, Tori. What is wrong with you?
Say what? What you want to say?
He's,
I have no
Don't-
idea.
Let me say it.
we're
Let me
close.
say it.
We're close
know
to
what you're
being
talking
done. What's next?
All right, I got one for you.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, again, like you were saying, Asia, every fan base has their toxicity or their toxic individuals. There's almost no real way to quantify what ratio, but I will say one community that is consistently trash in multiple ways.
Smash Brothers.
The Smash Bros community.
Aw.
Y'all got some of the most man-childish players. Y'all niggas don't shower. Y'all throw controllers like it's going out of style. At Boss Battle Games in their old location, they had a punching bag set up because these dudes were so destructive, and there was a little sign that said, yo, if you're gonna hit anything, hit this bag.
Oh.
Because y'all need to chill.
I
Y'all
like
breaking
that.
stream setups. Y'all getting into fights with players.
We should
Y'all
get a bag for the
acting
room.
weird at conventions, at tournaments. Your community, man.
Hold on. We might need to adopt that practice.
Let's get a
here.
bag in here.
We need a bag up in this
Let's
room.
get a bag. We need to get a bag and sit it right there in the corner.
Yeah, because I'll be ready to put my hands on. Never mind.
Colin McDonald says
sounds like a
Star
toxic
Wars
fan base.
is also toxic.
Who?
Star Wars.
I believe it.
I don't know because
they
They
have
seem
like
too
the-
nerdy to be toxic.
No, they're
No, they definitely
Mine is,
toxic.
I got
But again,
beef with,
there's a-
I got beef with them actually.
But the thing is,
What's
they've
your
got
beef
their.
with Star Wars fans?
I can explain.
Star Wars fans are just.
I'll explain.
Well, I can understand because the Star Wars fans are, of course, it's a legacy franchise. They're super diehard and
It's not that.
particular about other stuff. And of course, there's the modern, really stupid, anti-woke Disney, whatever. But I feel like, again, it's going to be a tough thing to quantify between how much of the Star Wars fan base is toxic versus the people that are just benign, because the Star Wars fan base is just so huge. There's no real way to figure it out.
Well,
Something catch your mind in chat? What?
Well, yes. So the Black Up brings up, can we all agree that the Batman fandom is toxic as hell? If you hit them with logic, they just use the prep time as the ultimate excuse for him to win. Can't lie, I've seen that done a lot.
Wait, the prep time is what.
I mean, but like when you bring up Batman's contingency plan, like his contingency plan for all the superheroes or people with powers, I mean, it's literally a plan that was made with prep time. And he has that for his entire villain gallery, hero gallery, whoever he may run across. Like, I mean, if you can use that logic with people in his universe, why not use that logic with people outside of his universe?
Look, I'll say this as a diehard Batman fan. Ultimately, I don't really care for arguments of which superhero can beat up which superhero. Maybe if it's an actual reasonable matchup, sure. Then we can have a discussion. But do I feel like Batman could defeat Galactus? I don't give a fuck. It's not really a stacked up. I would rather just see Batman in his own world doing his own thing. Can we just have that? Can we have that instead of a Batman show without Batman, but every other Batman character until the final episode where Batman looks stupid? Can we just have a regular ass Batman story? I'll be cool with that. Or put him in a Justice League story.
Really quick, Jalen says he doesn't see much of that in Smash Bros, which you were talking about, David. But Jada God is my baby girl. She says the Goku fan base, when you bring up Goku versus Saitama. Now, the Goku stands I've seen, and I'm related.
Goku versus Superman.
I'm related to one. There is no speaking ill will or anything negative about Goku to them. I can attest to that.
But again,
they're not trying to hear it.
Yeah.
But again, my thing is when it comes to like the Star Wars fans, the Batman, Superman, Goku, it's like, yeah, you're going to have those crazies, but are we talking about like an individual problem? Or are we talking like a community-wide issue? Especially when your community is so big, you're going to catch just everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So to rewind back just for a second for me, my issue with the Star Wars fan base is this. The flip-flopping, okay? Yeah. Because something will come out, like, according to Star Wars fans, like, the prequels were trash.
Right.
When they first came out. But now, Y'all saying those are good, but the new Disney movies are trash. So it's like the flip-flopping to me. There's no consistency with the franchise from what I've seen.
Well,
You know-
here's the thing. When you talk about that one, though, it's like the original trilogy, I feel like, is consistently good.
Gold standard.
Right.
Yes.
And then
but
you
then
have
the prequels.
Yes. Now,
Y'all
the
said
prequels-
those are trash.
But here's the thing. Of course, hindsight is 20/20, and things do age. Sometimes the test is how well something ages.
Has to age like wine.
Like, say the movie Big Trouble in Little China was a huge flop on, when it first came out, but it had a cult following. It started to gain some, like, okay, I see the appeal on something like this. It can be like that sometimes. So when you get to like the prequels, I grew up with the prequels too. I enjoyed all of them when I saw them when I was younger. And then, of course, you get older, you start to have your criticisms, and then you start to look at things from a different way. It was like, okay, I see where they were kind of cooking on this. I get the substance and the political stuff here. So yeah, the prequels, mixed bag.
I got a prime example.
Indica, first time chat. Go ahead, Asia.
Oh, that's Greg.
Huh?
What's up, Greg?
Well, Greg says Star Wars fans are definitely one of the most flip-floppy fandoms I've seen too.
Listen, but here's
I thought we should have a whole stream one day about toxic fan bases.
That could be our next one.
I got
a
prime example of Star Wars community being
and then we got to wrap
toxic.
soon, guys.
So, in the prequel, Jar Jar Binks, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks, they shit on that man so bad he was ready to end it all. But then when they brought that man back in The Mandalorian and gave him a scene in that, everybody went crazy. They gave him all kinds of praise, but they did the same thing with Andrew Garfield. They shit on him when he was Spider-Man, and then after No Way Home, everybody talk about, oh, he's the best. He's one of the best Spider-Man. We love you.
Tori, can I add to that, Tori?
Yeah.
Because my thing is this, like, why are they going after the Jar Jar Binks actor when, in all honesty, this actor, I mean, do they know how acting works? You audition, you get a script, and there's a director who explains what to do.
They was literally...
Shouldn't they be mad at George Lucas?
They was threatening this man.
Well,
I know.
David, here's the problem, though.
Yeah.
You're looking for logic.
I guess I am.
Yeah, believe me, I do it a lot too. Sometimes it's like you just gotta let's dial it back.
Sometimes wisdom is chasing people, but people are just faster. So that's what it be.
And I want to one more thing too. Asia, you mentioned Harry Potter. I've not seen a lot of toxicity from Harry Potter fans
because it doesn't exist.
The only thing that
okay, you sound like Tori right now when he be defending One Piece fans.
I'm just saying I've been a part of the Harry Potter community since I was 6 years old. It ain't there, but go ahead.
The only thing that I saw wasn't there like some controversy with like, what's the other one? The other franchise they have, Fantastic Beasts. Like, isn't the fan base split? Like, there's some sort of war between like Harry Potter fans and Fantastic Beasts fans. Like,
okay, first of all, Fantastic Beasts fans don't exist, okay? Real Harry Potter fans do not acknowledge Fantastic Beasts because when that mess was announced, it was a cash grab. It wasn't good. There's other stories that author, who I won't say their name, that author could have written, but they chose not to. And that is a big, like, L on their part because the stories that they could have came up with, like a story about a prequel about the founders of the Marauders map, a whole prequel about Voldemort's life could have came through, and it just didn't. So that's just what it is. So there's no such thing as a Fantastic Beast fandom. That was cute though. Jayla Anderson says, as an actor, I don't see why people threaten the actors when they get cast for certain roles.
Yeah.
It ain't that deep. Definitely agree with that.
I know why, because at the end of the day, people just like to find single figureheads to blame. Again, it's like, going back to the whole Tekken thing, people will shit on Harada and Michael Murray because they're the faces.
What's up, Jalen?
Well, because they're the faces of everything. But then it's like, there's actual other people behind it. Or how many times will people blame the director for a movie when it's like, you could blame the writer for this, or you could blame the costume designer for this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
different. These things take armies and villages to make. It's not just a one person thing.
Asia, you're a part of the Pokemon Go fan base. Is there any toxicity there or what?
I mean,
possibly I might be one of them. Oh, if I'm being, I might be. I'm not sure yet.
All right, let's
Just give me some time to figure it out. I might
Living your
be.
truth.
Let's stop sugarcoating this shit. Yes, y'all were rolling up like gangs. Y'all was throwing up signs, Team Valor, all that shit, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Like when Pokemon Go, I was working downtown.
It's Red Gang, cuz.
I was working downtown.
Y'all was trying to get me affiliated with this shit, bro. I'm trying to keep my record
Nah.
It's not
clean.
too late.
Valor all day. That's
That's
right,
right.
That's what
Jada
I'm
got
saying.
it.
I still got my
Period,
sticker.
baby.
That's the reason why I bought these. Like these didn't exist until Pokemon Go.
What are
bro.
those? Wait, what are those?
Battery packs.
Damn, these are
I'm telling
military
you,
grade.
You
Damn.
carrying bricks, bro.
I
Like,
would get off work at 11:30 at night.
Why do you have-
I'm out here playing Pokemon Go till 6 o'clock in the morning.
This is heavy as hell. How much does cost?
At the time, I don't even remember, but I needed that. Imagine you out here about to catch something heavy and your battery died. Then you stuck, and everybody else out here, I'm talking about we was out there in hordes. It looked like,
bro,
we looked like treasure hunters out there.
y'all Pokemon Go players are some thugs, some degenerates, some criminals, some furries.
I go hard.
All
Y'all
right.
the scum
That's
of
Dave.
your-
That's
I go
Dave.
hard.
You know about him, you know.
That's crazy.
I'll never forget the time I caught a ditto right before I went to work. My kids had a movie day that day. I was so happy.
I remember I was out at the canal. It was like, it had to be like 100 people outside. And me and a group of people, we yelled out, "There's a Charizard over here." It looked like it was a stampede the way people came running.
Oh no, that is true because I actually have seen that. I'm not trying to insult anybody in particular, but I saw dudes running who ain't never ran since high school. These dudes, no, I'm serious. Like people were sprinting for Pokemon in the Pokemon Go heyday. I'm not even joking.
I was breaking into construction areas.
Whoa.
Hold on.
You was doing what?
First of all,
Degenerates, criminals.
First of all, they
menace.
was doing construction and it had some stuff I needed that was over there. So and the fence, it wasn't all the way locked.
Yeah,
So I went on
allegedly.
in there.
Yeah, allegedly.
Say that. Say allegedly.
Thank you.
Allegedly.
Thank you, Indica.
Allegedly.
Thank you, Indica.
I may or may not have had to hop a fence or two or peel a gate back.
It
You
is
know,
a sickness.
So you was
of the
cutting
highest
wires to get through?
I didn't cut wires. The fence just wasn't 100% put together.
I will say this. I have recently obtained my 50,000th caught Pokemon medal. Okay, so
Tell them what level you are.
I think I'm level 45. I'm on level 45 right now. I'm in the middle of completing the challenges. But so yes, I do go hard. I played at 6 o'clock in the morning. My pace per mile is like 15 minutes per mile, which is like really good. That's how fast I be walking. It's serious out here with me and Pokemon Go. If y'all still play, drop y'all things in the thing. I'll add y'all because I need more people to send gifts to because it's where it's at, and it's good for you. The exercise, the fresh air.
Yeah.
I touch grass every day.
Like, I have a question for Joe. Joe, like a game that you can, go outside, battle. Why do you hate Pokemon Go?
I am glad you have asked me. Chat, can I talk to the chat real quick? Because do you recognize these things?
What is happening?
This is the furry scale. This is what
this for?
Pokemonism leads to. It is a sickness of the highest order. First, you go out with the Pokemon Go. It is accessible. It is on your phone. It is on your tablet. You go out into public with this degenerate behavior. You are committing crimes and making children go against their family structure. You will go to your Pokemon, suddenly you catch a Lopunny, and the next thing you know, you go from 0 to 6 on the furry scale. It is a sickness of the highest order. But when it comes to Virtual Fighter 6, I think visually it looks incredible. It's made by RGG Studios who make the Yakuza.
Is there actual gameplay out yet?
That's the kicker.
Oh.
That's the kicker.
'Cause I saw a character reveal before a gameplay reveal.
We ain't seen, the only gameplay we've actually seen was in that reveal trailer in the Game Awards. There was that little out of focus snippet, which looks fine. It looks like Virtual Fighter, but with more dynamic blocking animations. So cool. But that little bit that people keep showing, it was just test footage where they literally took a Jackie Chan fight scene and just put it on like placeholder characters in Virtual Fighter.
What's up, Vince Hayes from Italy?
Vince
Hey,
Hayes
what's
from Italy. Oh,
Dang.
snap.
Dang.
Wow. We got
Hey,
Italy in the
Can
chat.
we come to Europe?
Hey, appreciate you
Sucks
coming
over
through.
here. Anyway.
Appreciate it. We are Vince Hayes and everybody. We are about to wrap up
Jump
soon.
Force.
We
Jump
are-
Force. I have a hard copy of Jump Force.
Delete it.
It's a hard copy.
Oh, break it.
It was good.
Damn.
It was a good game.
That game was trash.
What didn't you like about it?
Everything. What do you mean?
You must have been sad at it.
Oh, okay.
All right, comes from the button masher. But anyway,
Play me in Xenoverse and we'll see what button mashing look like.
see, okay, if you want to play you in your game, play me in my game.
I played you in your game. Now you got to play me in mine. Come to my world.
and I bet you'll still be.
You
cheeks.
gonna get put in the dirt.
Anyway, but yeah, Virtua Fighter 6. Look, I want to play it. I want to see more of it, but I'm ready to see actual gameplay because a lot of people are getting hyped over stuff that's not really real yet. But besides the point, we'll see.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap up here. Like I said, me and Asia, we got to hop on a flight soon, literally tomorrow, first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Literally.
We're going to post a link to our Instagram page that has our clips and things like that and other updates. So please follow us on our clips page. That is Trap Team Clips. Link is in the chat there, and we'll have clips from this stream and others and things like that. Check our stories as well. Appreciate everybody coming through, especially on a Wednesday. This is not our usual day, but we have things going on, so we had to switch days. So appreciate y'all coming through on a somewhat of a random day. Next week, it should be back to Thursday, but stay tuned to the Twitch stories. But our Instagram page will be the easiest way to get updates, especially the Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any final words to say?
I see Mason O'Ken in the chat saying first to 10, Tori versus Joe. He don't want to see that. Anyway.
And he don't know what game, but listen, first
Doesn't
to 10,
matter. You still ain't trying to
Xenoverse,
see me. Anyway.
Xenoverse, Mortal Kombat,
Street Fighter?
If I gotta get Street Fighter, we get what else? Injustice. I mean, listen, you step on any of my fighting games, you gonna have to rethink your game plan. That's all I'm saying.
Well, first, you got to get a game plan anyway.
My game plan is to win.
Your game plan is mashing buttons. Anyway.
If you call combos mashing buttons, we gonna see. You ain't no 2s, 3s, and 4s in Xenoverse. You just gonna have to see these hands.
We definitely need a stream of y'all playing Tekken or something together.
I did suggest
Thank you, Vinzars, for the safe travel wishes. Thank you guys for saying W stream. Y'all are awesome.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.
We will be here next Thursday.
We'll see y'all next Thursday.
Yes. Tune in next
Thank
Thursday.
you.